What's going on, guys? Captain Papi here. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a great deal and we would really appreciate it. Now on with the episode.
Wait, so Anglord quit, but he posted the.
That's what I was,
this
bro. I
shit.
was gonna bring that up. I was actually gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up because I was looking. I remember I saw that. It's like all this is like information, blah blah blah, and it's like mask, and then it's like mask, Anlord, and I'm like, wait a minute, you can't do that. I thought he quit. He's right back at it
for a week. What do you mean by that?
My guy made this whole announcement. He's taken down his website, and then the source mask. I guess now he's the subsidiary. Mask is now the main jabroni.
Oh, as long as we still get data mines, I'm happy. But yeah, feels bad for Anlord.
Feels bad for Anlord, but feels poggers for Mask. We're still grooving with the data mining though, that's for sure. You know what hasn't been grooving though? Global.
What? Yeah.
Do you know you know what is groovy though?
What?
Another episode of Good Great Perfect. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 41 of the Good Great Perfect podcast. We are back with the same jabronis. I got my guy Nitemare JP, my guy Flamevious, my guy Toadskii. We are here once again to bring you guys that GGP goodness. And my goodness, indeed, we have a jam-packed episode. But before we get started, if you haven't seen episode 40 with our dude Stump D Gotcha, make sure you check it out. Fantastic episode there. Tons of support on that one from you guys. We really do appreciate it. And Stump was just, a pleasure to have on the podcast itself. But we have so much news to talk about because we recorded that video at the start of our recording week, which meant that we had basically 3 weeks of news to catch up on. And my God, has there been some news to catch up on for this episode? We're gonna talk about global and all the controversies, the ups and downs in the last 3 weeks. JP almost had no news, and then V-Jump leaks came out, and then data mines came out. We have new legends, we have all this extra fun stuff, and then there's just some other news on the side there as well. But plus, bunch of questions from everyone, so once again, thank you to everyone out there.
Shout out to the viewers.
Shout out to the viewers real quick. Without further ado, let us hop into it. Global. So the current situation on global is a bit peculiar, as we found out that due to the Korean merger and due to the structure of the game itself and the way the back end is created, when the Korean players join the global version as like a unified global version, that being English, French, and Korean, they will have available to them up to 1,000 gems. That being Chopper Man missions, that being all the story modes being reset, all the raids, Colosseums, special islands, basically all the clear gems and clear rewards are all available to the Korean players to farm and acquire. Over about 1,000 gems, I think, is what's anticipated. What was your guys's, when you guys heard that, what was your initial reaction in terms of hearing that the Korean players would hop in with about 1,000 gems in their pocket if they wanted to?
I thought I had to quote tweet Todd again. Imagine playing global.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true. I can't say much about that. It's just, yeah, dude, that was so bad. Like, when I first saw that, the first thing that I immediately thought of was like, oh, we better get some compensation straight up, because like, they just can't bring in Korea and then let not half the player base, but a significant portion of this player base just get 1,000 gems for doing nothing. Considering, when they get transferred over, just hit my mic. When they get transferred over, all of their original stuff stays on their account. Their units, their pirate level, their gems that they currently had on their account come over as well.
Yeah.
So they already get everything still, and then they just get all of this stuff reset for them. So obviously the community went kind of wild, but
oh yes,
I mean, we'll talk about the compensation that we have once we get to it.
For sure.
What do you think, Flame?
Yeah, what did you think, Flame?
I was kind of upset because like Todd was saying, like it would be very unfair because they're going to be keeping all of their stuff and then they're going to be participating in all of the events that we're also going to be playing. So we're just going to get like blasted.
So all right, we'll play devil's advocate a bit, which I think is like there's like two sides to this story. I think probably three. The neutral side where you don't care, the side where you're like, fuck, this is unfair, and the devil advocate side of being like, well, if they want to acquire all these gems, they have to refarm everything. Do you think that's a fair assessment of like the kind of situation that everyone's more or less in at the moment?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
So
so.
yeah, completely fair.
So
Because like,
yeah,
not every player is going to have the capabilities of beating everything in the game.
exactly.
Only a very
Yeah.
small percentage of players will actually be able to do it and farm everything. Plus, if they want to farm everything, it's going to take them so long to accumulate those gems. But at the same time, you got to think like, well, it takes them a long time to farm those gems, but they get those gems in the first place. They have
Yeah.
they're accessible for them.
It's
So,
it's like an overhead, right? Like at the end of the day, they know that there's 1,000 gems available for them, regardless. So it's kind of up to them as to when they want to acquire those 1,000 gems. So it does create an imbalance. I want to quickly. Sorry, go Todd.
Oh, I was just saying, and the fact that they got access to the Chopman missions reset thing, like whenever that happened with Kaido versus Big Mom or whatever, and then they're getting the transfer over to global, and then they get access to that again. That kind of sucks. But if honestly speaking, they probably should have just brought out the Chopman missions after the fact if
After
they
the
knew they were going to
merger.
merge in the first. Yeah, if
100%.
they knew they were going to merge in the first place, they shouldn't have brought out the mission.
Correct. I totally
Either way.
agree with you there. But I wanted to bring it real quick. So like these are numbers that Fate of Muffins, shout out to him on the Reddit. He's usually does a lot of data and a lot of analytics and analysis of this kind of stuff. He has had a few predictions in terms of the player base itself. He's predicted that the global player base sits between 80 and 100,000 players at the moment, and then the Koreans joining will be about 15,000 players or so.
Okay.
So it's a decent chunk when you really put it in comparison. What is that, like 1/6 of like the current player base, like of the global player base essentially is being added on top. So like it's a decent amount of players coming in the first place. Also, like what a few people brought up as well is that Korean players will actually have to remember to transfer. So I believe that they have to like install a different app or like install like the new it's a whole different thing. It's not like a simple like click one button and everything's transferred. They'll actually have to take an actionable like movement in order to transfer as well.
Yeah,
so
like
we might
not
lose
100%
people.
of Koreans. Yeah,
exactly,
not 100%
right?
of Koreans will transfer. Yeah.
So like regardless of that though, there's also like a lot of questions that I have in terms of like, will they get reset in treasure map, or will all that kind of data stay, or like like those kinds of things? Because like if like the way that it was kind of brought out to a lot of us is that the back end of Treasure Cruise doesn't hold the data like the correct way to hold the data, blah blah blah. So they can't really reset these things, or they can't really bring the players over without resetting everything. So in my head, it would mean that you're gonna have like an influx of like almost 10,000 people coming into East Blue and just absolutely tearing that up completely. But I mean, I guess we'll see when the time comes there. And on the actual merger itself, I believe it's a 2-day maintenance. I think it's like 50 hours, or what? Am I wrong on that? Or I think it's around that much. But it's a long maintenance though, so it's a couple days off. Put your feet up a little bit, But before we jump into what actually happened, in your eyes, what did, obviously we know, so Global has received a compensation and has been, the team's been aware. Shout out my guy Nick for pushing hard. I mean, I'm going to give him the credit. I don't know if it was him, but I'll give him the credit for sure. Before we knew what we were receiving, what did you guys think was a fair compensation for Global to receive in order to like, create some sort of a balance between the Korean merger gems and then, what Global would receive as compensation?
Well, I thought, so the way that I thought they were going to compensate us would be 50 additional gems, reset story, reset Chopman missions, and that would be it. That's what I was expecting to happen because, track record of Bandai isn't 100%, all positive, but that's what I was expecting. But obviously, we actually got a bit more than that. I mean, we didn't get the story mode reset. We did get some other things, but we'll talk about that once the other guys have their opinions.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting that much, is what I'm saying.
No, not at all.
No.
What did you think, Flame?
I thought we were gonna get the content reset because this is kind of backtrack to what Todd said earlier. Despite like what everybody thought, like not everybody was going to be able to clear all the pieces of content. So I felt like, for example, like if they were getting 1,000 gems, if they gave us like half of that, if they gave us like 500, not everybody would have been able to get those 500 gems.
Yeah.
So I felt
Mhm.
like a gem compensation wouldn't be like adequate.
Mm,
So I just thought that they were going to reset the content.
mm.
Yep.
Knight, what I mean, Knight, you're from the land, the motherland. You know, the grass is greener on your side for sure. But I mean, like, what are your opinions on the whole, like, global Korean merger mess up and such? Like, what did you think would be a fair compensation in your eyes, at least?
I don't know, man. I don't know if like I mean, I felt like resetting the game wasn't too feasible just because I feel like the way that they handle like Jim Valley and stuff
Yeah.
like that, they wouldn't be able to pull off something like that in a great way. They'll end up like deleting a whole bunch of people's like
From
stuff, and then that'll be that's a whole nother
it's
thing.
over at that point.
Yeah. So I felt like if they gave out like gems or something like that, that would have been fun. But I
Mm.
felt like they were just gonna say, "Oh fuck it, like, you
That's
guys
what I
aren't getting
felt.
shit."
I felt
No,
like
you know
Yeah.
what? The most bullshit thing about it is if they didn't like officially announce this or people didn't realize it, they
Oh,
probably would have
nothing would have
tried to
happened.
sweep it under the rug
Nothing
and
would
we
have
wouldn't have
happened.
got anything.
Literally
Yeah.
nothing would have happened. Like, we are quite privileged in a sense that people in the community are very like nitpicky and like will look at everything and
Vocal.
anything. Yeah, exactly right. So when someone brought up the fact that like if yeah, exactly, if no one had seen on the Korean version that they had received like in-game news saying, hey, the merge is happening, we're resetting everything, and people hadn't done the math for all the gems that would have been available, then genuinely I feel like I agree with you. Nothing would have happened. Ben would be like, okay, cool, 50 gems. Because everyone was happy, right? When they said, oh, when the merger happens, everyone's going to get 50 gems. Everyone's like, sick. That's a free 50 gems. Like, no worries.
Yeah.
But then the news comes out that the Korean players are getting 1,000 gems. It's like, whoa, hold on. This isn't
like you would
this isn't
think
fair.
that you'd think something significant would have been in the works for quite a while. So you would have thought that they would have realized, like, oh shit, they're gonna get everything reset. However, the large majority of that player base isn't going to get access to that. It's like, oh well, you would have thought that they might have had something in
Yeah.
plan. But I don't think they did.
Exactly.
Doesn't sound that way. Yeah.
So, with that being said, though, the global compensation, and you guys can add on to this if I think I've forgotten things, but whatever, will be, so we received recently 150 gems. So if you haven't checked your mails yet or logged in a while, make sure you do so. There's 150 gems sitting there for you.
You can only get that. You can only get that before the
Yes.
merger. Yeah.
And then this podcast will be, it will be out before the merge happens. So make sure you check that. And also we have received a Chopperman mission reset, which will be a total of 200 gems, which being now adding to 350. Plus we're still receiving the 50 gems from like the whole merger as like celebration of sorts, which will now, total up to 400 gems total.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's fair? Do you think that they should have done more or less? Or what are your thoughts?
The first thing that I thought of, like, I was impressed that it was like they were even going to give that many gems away, and like they were going to reset the chopper missions. I thought that was very, very nice. Like, I still think story mode reset would have been fine, but apparently, according to their post, they said that it's impossible for them to reset story mode or reset like the flags that for accounts that have like cleared content. But one thing that I think they could have done just as an addition is GARP challenge reset, because they every month they reset the GARP challenge on the same date. So
Yeah.
what's stopping them from, say, resetting it? So it happened on the 9th this month. What if
Yep.
they do go from the 9th until the 21st when the maintenance happens, and
Mm-hmm.
then make it from after the maintenance until the 9th of the next month, so that we get like another period of getting GARP challenge gems again?
Yeah.
I think they probably should have done that. But I think a lot of people are still going to fight about it and say, oh, they still get more gems than us, and it is what it is. But I think that the compensation they've given out, I think is just fair. I think it's fine.
I think it's fair as well. I agree as well. Like 150 gems, 150 gems. Like you can't sweat that whatsoever, right? But at the same time, I still think like I know that they brought it up. I think that they wrote it in their post. They're like, for us to reset stuff for global players, like would do more. Like they didn't say it in this way, but
Yeah.
like would do more damage for them to reset things as opposed to like maintaining what was already there or whatever. But I still
Mhm.
feel like a reset of story would have just been like perfect, because a resetting story would have been like another 150 to 200 gems on top of everything as well. And that's not like up front. You have to go back and farm all of story again, all those extra challenges. And I mean, it's very easy, story mode is, but that's still very time consuming to go through that process anyway. So I think resetting story would have, for me, been like, okay, this is completely fair now. Like, I don't mind the deficit that much, but I don't know. Resetting Chopman missions, I mean, for a period there, I was very concerned, because I was like, people can't even finish Chopman missions right now, let alone resetting them and then having people not be able to receive the total 200 gems. But obviously they handed out a bunch of recollection tomes so people can actually quickly catch up in that manner. But
That
I
was
don't know.
nice of them, yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like, for people to, because I think that was like the wall between people finishing. Everything else you can farm, or you can like spend a couple gems on PvP to do some more runs or whatever. But
Mhm.
the recollection is set behind time. So if you weren't up to scratch behind a particular moment, then you weren't going to be able to finish it. But
Yep.
I don't know. I still don't like. I think it's enough. Like, for me, I don't like. It didn't matter too much overall. Like, 1,000 gems is a lot, but for us, like, it's whatever, really, I guess. Flame, what did you
I
think?
mean,
I mean, I'm not gonna complain about free stuff, but apparently, quote unquote, like everything that's been like happening over the past few months has really been apparently because of the merger,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I wanted to get into that after our whole little
Yeah.
conversation here. Yeah.
So for me, it's like the compensation I want is just for them to get back on track. Like
Yeah.
150 gems and like a pat on the back is like, it's like that's not doing it for me. Like my biggest concern is like I still feel like after the merger, like we're still gonna be like on this track. Like I don't know, I don't trust them right now.
Yeah. No, I
But
feel
I
that.
mean, as far as like the compensation we got, I mean it's cool. It's better than nothing.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's that's 100% true. All right. Anything else in the Korean merger that we missed, or anything else you want to hop into before we get into even more global shaft? All right,
yep, that's it.
That's it. All right, global shaft time. So it's no joke, or it's no, like, it's pretty obvious to see Globals has been in a very rough spot, to say the least, for the last 4 or so months. Shout out to Todd for making this list real quick, but I'm just going to rattle through this and then we're going to talk about this situation at hand. So for the last year, we haven't handed the No Whole Island Blitz Battle, which means support custard has still not arrived to global whatsoever.
Woo!
No Co-op Kizuna, which meant no, and then they didn't adapt the Kizuna box at all, and there was no token farm. The anniversary was a complete copy and paste that of JP's events and
In
such,
like nearly every way, yeah.
including all the errors and everything, except they did extend Blitz, so they did do a lot more work there. Obviously, it's very hard to do.
Yeah, but they didn't even make the rewards better.
They exactly. Kaidoverse Big Mom
And they
Sugar
made
Fest
the
was
Sugo worse.
Sliver's Big Mom was poor. Kaidoverse Big Mom, there was no login rewards. There was no Blitz Battle either, so you lose a lot of rewards from the logins. Plus, you lose Blitz Battle rewards on top of that. That Pirate Rumble ticket from the Blitz Shopman missions was turned into a 4-star ticket. There was no Co-op Kizuna Hawkins, but they did, I believe they adapted the boxes. 1 to 6 are smaller than that of Kizuna Kid, I believe.
Yeah, box 7 is still a mess, but the
that's
other
box 7 though.
Okay.
So like
that's kind of important though. At least the other boxes were, because now people can actually get 6 box black.
Exactly right. It's only a 5-day Kizuna as well. So like to have to rush through that and such is shambles there. No Kizuna Chobman missions. That's 12 gems, 16 double scroll sets, 1 legend ticket. We still haven't received 2 or 3 batches of World Journey units now. We have not received the Ichiban Kuji collab units, which we will probably not get. But again, that's missing out on a pretty good Nami unit and a super type unit in the Luffy, that being as well.
And the Rumble Scroll event.
And there was a Rumble Scroll farming island alongside that too we will not be receiving.
Yep.
Obviously, as we talked about it before, 1,000 gems we're not receiving. We did receive about a total of 400, so we can say 600 gems. And then we still have not received an announcement of the gems spent to rewards event. And then on top of that, there was a 20 gem Twitter campaign that JP had going along it. So
that might come to March anniversary.
So on that, I'm just gonna put the question out there. Do you think it's fair to assume all of these from January until April, these quote unquote shafts were for the Korean merger? Just yes or no? Do you think it's fair? Like, do you think all these shafts is fair to be like, all right, we're gonna not make any more Co-op Kizunas. We're gonna cut down on the whole anniversary, blah 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 blah, in order to make this merger happen.
Well, you gotta remember that the Korean version of the game also experiences the same stuff as us, so they've also been copying it as much as us. But I think that the Co-op Kizuna stuff, that's probably like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The fact that we don't have that,
Mhm.
and that could be like, there's so many reasons as to why that has happened. It could be because of the merger. It could be because of the recent developments on JP. Not really too sure.
Mhm.
But that is the biggest offender there. And why don't we have Custard yet? Like she's literally a boss during the fucking
That was the
anniversary.
biggest when Anlord posted that image in the thing, and he's like, and I was like, please be and he's like, no, it's a boss, it's just a boss, so it's in the game now. Like this, bro. And the whole fact that the anniversary was Whole Cake Island themed, that they could have just given out this custard for free and got it over and done with
anymore. We don't care. Just give us the unit. Like,
it makes no sense to me, man. But I think you're right. I think the biggest, like, we can laugh about anniversary as much as we want, but like, it's been said and done. But I think the most annoying part, and like what you mentioned, is no Co-op Kizunas, especially for Hawkins and Kid, obviously the two being there. But do you, like, I don't know, like, do you think it's all right, the situation that's happening right now with no Co-op Kizunas? Do you think that the reason why they're not doing Co-op Kizunas is because of the new, like, quote unquote Pirate Alliance? That's why JP hasn't been doing them for a while, and they're gonna try to incorporate it like that. Like, what could you guys see as reasoning behind no Co-op Kizuna, aside from, like, you know, the obvious Korean merger being?
Well, I don't know about the alliance thing, because the first one we were supposed to have was in January, so I mean that was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
So who knows how long that's been in development for?
That's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, I mean, like, that's what I'm trying to think, right? Like,
yeah, because like you gotta. Yeah, I was just
sorry.
gonna say, like, because you got to think, right? Because Japan hasn't had a Co-op Kizuna since Hawkins, and we're only just getting that now. So that's like what, 4, 5, 6 months without a Co-op Kizuna. They might have been developing the system since then. I mean, we don't know.
I just think, like, just like speaking strictly on global alone, surely they knew about this merger for time. Like, surely they've known about this since the start of the year or whatever. There's no way. There's no way it popped up. Oh, by the way, next week you're merging with the Korean version. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know, like, surely they could have mentioned something like when they knew it was going to happen and it was like confirmed or whatever. They could have mentioned something way earlier, so people weren't sitting in like the dust for 3 months and being like, why the hell is global being treated like this? And then, you know, and then a month, and then in April they're like, oh yeah, by the way, the merger's happening, you know, and then everyone's like, oh, okay, well, I guess that might be the reason why we're having such a, like, all these shafts and stuff. But I don't know, it just, to me personally, there's no justification in making your communities and your customers, we're customers, right? Making your customers' experience worse purely because you have some back end situation. Like, you just can't do that. And I don't think it's not fair. And I think there needs to be a lot more transparency going forward. And we've talked about this in previous podcasts before, when a few things happened and the Twitter opened up a little bit and was a bit more transparent to the consumers, and we were all very happy about it, that, you know, OPTC was finally being way more transparent and such. But now it's like, it's just back to shutdown mode. I wanted to also mention, when was the last time we got a a Twitter newsletter for the JP version. We haven't had one of those in a long time, right? Like, in my opinion, at least, is a lot of laziness, and I mean, like, maybe there's hiring issues, or like, there might be situations where they don't have the staff to do it or whatever. But like, you have to think about it for a second, right? Like, these are things that, like, bro, when the newsletters come out for the JP version, I'm hyped. That's a lot of stuff coming out. There's silhouettes or who's the next 6+. Now it's like they just put a fucking book in the ratio. Everyone's like, oh, Cracker's next. Like, it's a lot less enjoyable to have that situation. Like, they put an image up or images up for the 11.0 update, but they could have done a newsletter and had that be a part of it too, and give a little bit more information as to what this stuff means. It's a lot of laziness at the moment, I feel like, but who knows what's happening on the back end.
I mean, even last year with their anniversary, they had that full like One Piece history campaign. Like, they had like a full-on website for like their update and their anniversary stuff, and like they haven't decided to do that either. I mean, I don't know why. So maybe they're just too focused on this Korean global merger. Not too sure.
I don't know. Like, it's concerning because
and again, like we're not really devs, so we don't know how difficult
exactly
it is to do.
Of course.
So yeah, it's just it's been a big mess.
Oh, you're a dev? All right.
There we go.
How's the merger happening? Do you want to explain it to the audience real quick?
Yeah, man, it's pretty tough, man. Like, trying to figure out how to implement all the feet that we're trying to create for all the women characters. It's really hard. That's all I have to say, man. I'm sorry.
All right.
He's making the uncensored mod.
Oh, yo!
Exactly.
Let's go.
Let's go, dude.
Uncensored mod coming soon. Dude, don't quote us on that.
That's what version 11 is.
Hold on. Hold on, dude. Hey, bro. That's some sauce right there. I'm concerned. I'm in the same, like, when Flame mentioned it just then, I think I 100% agree with him. Like, I don't want compensation. I don't want, like, gems are cool, like you said, Flame. Like, free things are always going to be nice and such, but
gems don't fix the problems.
I want all these fucking problems sorted. I want the game to, and the thing is, I think what is important to me is that, and I think that we have to hold out as a community as well, is that when the game gets a little bit more hype for a month or so, we don't forget everything that's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to remember stuff.
Whenever they do something like really cool, it's like everybody gets super excited, and then like they go back to the same shit.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Everyone gets hella hype for a month. They're like, yo, Treasure Cruise devs are Yoshi Pog you. And then it's like, and then the next couple of days, it's just back to being absolute doo-doo. You have to remember that, like, there's been 4 months of Shaft. Even if May and June are absolutely banging, you have to keep in mind that we've had 4 months of literally, like, we've been getting dicked for 4 months straight. And, my arsehole's kind of hurting right now, so I gotta say.
Hey, man, chill out.
Hey, bro, you're the dev, man. You're the one who's doing it. Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah, my bad, dog.
All right. Anything else to say on that one, gentlemen?
I just hope that, after this Korean merger, that things pick up. That's all I'm hoping for.
I hope so. Yeah, like, we need something. We need something. Global does, at least. JP seems like it's doing brazy right now, so.
No, I need something too, man.
What do you need?
I just need them to reset my account alone.
You get 1,200 gems like that. Everyone else gets
exactly.
They'll reset your account for you, but like you literally start from level 1.
Yeah, you start again. you want
that?
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, just give me all my characters. That'll be fine.
Hey, hold on. I wanted to quickly shoot through the Welcome Korean version campaign. This was literally just released as we started recording. There will be 3 free multis. One on the part 1 of the Welcome Korea. So there is going to be a Korean merger Suga Fest. So keep your eyes out for that. With 3 free multis will be given out. Each multi will guarantee a legend. Yo, brazy. And then 2 more free multis on parts 1 and 2 of the new Sugo Fest. There'll be 2 more free multis. That's like 6 multis. Wow.
There is 2 new Sugo Fests.
There you go. So there's gonna be a new Sugo Fest after or during the Welcome Korean Sugo Fest. So We'll see for that. There'll be a 55 gem pack one-time purchase. This will probably be akin to that really cheap gem pack that we received during like some random, I think it was like a random ass time. It was a 55 gem pack. It was like a turtle evolver, like booster gem pack, but it had 55 gems for like 14 or 16 Australian dollars. So that's a steal. Make sure you pick that up. There'll be a new Ray Shop ticket. I don't know if that's a reset or if that's going to be just a brand new style of ticket. So
Oh, that's weird because it is at the start of the month, so I don't know what that's about.
yeah, maybe it's just a reset. Who knows? There'll be a login bonus for 10 days, which includes gems and rare recruit tickets, bro.
Cool.
I'm fucking over rare recruit tickets being considered like an adequate fucking reward. I don't care. I mean, at least I don't care. Like, I mean, I can talk from a high horse perspective because we don't need to worry about rare recruits all the time. Like, for free to play players, that's fucking sick, right? You get rare recruits for free and stuff like that. It's poggers. But, bro, the way they talk about freaking rare recruits being like, yo, your compensation's good, man. You got a rare recruit ticket. Shut up, bro. Don't. 18 months ago, you're talking about the fair economy of the game with rare recruit tickets. Now you're giving them out for free. God damn it. And then Pirate Rumble rewards will be boosted for next season, so that being the whole month of May. We get boosted rewards. So that's definitely a good time to actually gem farm or spend some gems on Pirate Rumble because the compensation should pay preview.
That's the thing as well, is the fact that we're getting the Korean merger, they need to buff ranking rewards of things. So
Oh, we didn't talk about that actually. That's a good shout actually.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it goes with treasure map as well. I hope that they buff the rewards on treasure map.
I was gonna say, like, do you are you guys? Like, I think a lot, like, jumping back all the way to the Korean merger stuff again. Do you guys think that there's a? Do you guys have any sort of concern in terms of like? I mean, the community has echoed a little bit of concern in terms of ranking will be harder and stuff. Do you guys follow suit, or do you agree or disagree with that kind of statement?
Yeah, I think it will be a little bit more difficult, but as for how much more difficult, I'm not really too sure. And another thing is, I really hope that they kind of mitigate the amount of people that are using mods.
Yeah,
I don't know how difficult that will be to do, but that is definitely a big problem on Korea. So I hope that that gets established and dealt with.
I think now's the time to implement that whole system. If you're really going to take like the time to do this whole merge thing, I think now is the time for sure to implement a system that's going to like look out for modding and cheating and such. So I think that's fair.
I could definitely see on this next coming treasure map when we have all the Korean players, similar to what they did with the Kizuna boxes, how they didn't like scale it. They're gonna leave like the same percentage scaling, and then you're just gonna have the 1,500 people dropped in.
Oh, it's gonna suck.
I know, like, for example, like I don't know if it was recently or if it was from the very start of it, but they made it so it's the bottom. If you're below, if it's 90, if your percent ranking is 90% or below, you drop out of New World now. I think that started this treasure map or something like that. Or I don't know if it started.
Wasn't it 80?
It used to, I think it was 90 now. It just changed to 90. So I think that might be playing privy. That might be playing privy to the Korean players joining in as well.
Okay, that's interesting.
Which could be pretty interesting there. But I think that's still a fair assessment. I still think 7 million dip will be enough to hold still, but I don't know. That's for people to find out themselves. And then finally, on that Korean version merger banner, campaign, there will be compensation for the extended maintenance. Since the maintenance takes multiple days, you'll receive the following: 7 gems, 16 medium limit break potions, 63 tomes, a Rumble Scroll set, and a week's worth of Shopman mission items. Dunzo.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Not bad. Well, we look forward to all of this stuff happening. Our next podcast will be, it'll be, Korean merger will be chilling and stuff. So we'll have the aftermath and the afterthoughts of all that kind of goodness.
Yep.
Now on to the fun side. We have JP. We're gonna kick it all the way back to Pirate Rumble Shiryu's release. I want to talk about this in particular because quick teams are so fucking broken now. Oh my days. This Shiryu is nasty strong for Pirate Rumble.
He's very good because he partners really well with all of the all of the big boy stuff that's been releasing recently on Japan.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
his special is 2x character's attack in damage to enemies in a large range. Within 30 seconds from the start of battle, he does 2k fixed damage to strength enemies.
It's nice.
Brazy. And his ability is quick allies, level 6 attack up, level 6 HP up from the start of battle for the first 30 seconds. Quick allies, level 3 CT charge rate up. That's just an insane ability. Level 6 attack, level 6 HP, and then for the first 30 seconds, you get level 3 CT charge. Bro.
All right, man.
Bro, there's no way. Like,
this is, I'd almost say this is almost a must summon when it comes out.
yes. See, what they've done to me right now is that they've torn me apart. I really was looking forward to getting that Pirate Rumble Legend Enel and gassing up the Psy team. But
Yeah.
now with all the quick support, like, bro, the quick team is fucking good.
Yeah, well, that's a good benefit the global players have. We can see what teams do well in Japan and kind of prepare for that.
And the depth of the quick team though, you have like the new cutter that were released. You have the Akainu there as well. You have older units like Tesoro you can support. Raid Bellamy is
true.
fantastic. Raid Ivankov is very strong. This Shiryu that's coming out. Pirate Rumble TM Queen, bro. That Queen unit is nasty good too. The OG Pirate Rumble Whitebeard, he's still a fantastic quick unit.
Stussy's good.
Stussy, like, bro, even like other quick units, like you could argue Smoker could make his way into things and stuff like that too. Like all these quick units, bro. The depth of quick teams are insane. Carrot's fantastic. Kuzan, sorry. V1 if you wanted to bring him in too. So like my days, bro. Like we really in this whole thing. So I'm gassed, man. Pirate Rumble Shiryu's kind of poggers.
Yeah, he got great synergy with the stuff.
Like
that's
I
released.
think, like, I mean, what do you think? Like, all right, here's a question for you. Do you think that they're shooting themselves in the foot by just shifting the meta so quickly, or do you think this is a positive thing for Pirate Rumble? What Bandai's doing with like releasing these kind of characters?
Do I think it's a good thing? Yeah, I think it is good because I mean Roger and Odin been kind of tearing it most of the time. Yeah, so I think it is nice that they should just release random units out of the blue or random batches of units out of the blue that just work so well together, and you can just pull for them all the recent units and then just build a team and go for it.
Yeah,
I'm kind of okay with that because if you've been playing for a long time, you most likely have a set team that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine.
I think like because we had there was some int units that came out that people kind of going crazy with. Like there was some int teams that released that were going insane.
Moria and
That's the Moria.
Yeah.
Well, like the Blackbeard, we were actually stupid. The Blackbeard's considered a dual unit, so it's colorless. So shout out to the person that pointed that out.
Still driven though.
Still driven though, exactly. But that Moria, somebody made someone on JP had a really good int team. They just absolutely they didn't wash the 8-man quick team, but it won with like 3 units to spare. So like I think we're in a position with Pirate Rumble now where like there are a lot of teams popping up. Like, I think right now Quick is holding like the top spot if you're talking about like the best kind of teams. But Sai still has a great team. Quick obviously has a fantastic team. Int's team is really good now. And like
imagine being Dex.
Bro, come on, dude. Don't be that way, man.
Strength is pretty bad in Pirate Rumble, I think.
Strength is pretty bad, it is, but I could definitely see.
But like Dex is bad everywhere pretty much.
Yeah. I mean with this new Capone though, Shooter and Driven and Shooter teams could make a push. Shooter teams make a come up, bro, with his new Capone in Pirate Rumble.
Yeah, but don't sleep on shooters.
Yeah, we'll get to that though. But no, I think Pirate Rumble Shooters is a pretty exciting unit. I think what Todd said, it's definitely a must pull unit to
if you're into Pirate Rumble.
Exactly right. I think that's kind of the nice thing about Treasure Cruise. If you don't like Pirate Rumble, you don't have to. You just log in, do your fights, and you leave. You get a little bit of rewards every day. Like it's not a
exactly right.
It's not a force kind. It doesn't force your hand too much there, which I think is like one of the better parts of Treasure Cruise itself. And he's on a 28 CT, which is actually kind of crazy. So not too bad there. Randomly out of nowhere, the the JP team has released a Twitter poll for voting on a TM unit to receive ink effect artwork that's similar to legends that have it and such as well. The units being TM Zorojuro, Halloween Boa Hancock, Anniversary Luffy, that being the Dex one, and then TM Christmas Nami. All right, lads, who you got?
I think the only choice here is Zoro.
Correct. I agree with you.
Oh, and this is the way that I think about it. I only want to spend ink bottles on characters with two different factors. Number one, do I use the unit a lot? And number two, does the artwork look good? And Zorojuro fits that bill.
I agree. I think Luffy is an L. If Luffy somehow wins that poll, I'll be very upset.
I think Christmas Nami is a decent choice.
They could do something really cool with like the snow in the background and have it like falling down or something.
Oh,
like
I
that.
think all of them would look good with an ink artwork. Honestly, Bandai, just give them all in ink
Yeah.
artwork. I don't know why you have to split it up like that, but I think Boa honestly would look really good. But the problem is like you just never really use her.
Do you think that this is
Yeah,
now?
I voted for
sorry,
Boa.
You voted for Boa? Knight, what did you vote for?
I actually voted for Luffy, so I guess
Really?
I'll take that
Oh,
L.
take an
Yeah,
L.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll take
Interesting.
this one L. My only L.
Any
My
particular
only
reason
L.
you wanted to get him with an ink artwork?
I
The Luffy?
don't know. I really like the Luffy art. Like I would have picked Zoro, but I just clicked Luffy because that was like the first thing I saw in the Japanese. So I was like 6th anniversary. All right, cool, Luffy. I'll pick it.
Fair. I think I want Zoro. I think I voted for Zoro. I think Zoro would be really cool. And we use him a lot. He's still used in speed farming and stuff to this day. So
Yep.
I think Zoro's
Yeah.
But I guess
I think it's like
go for it. Sorry, it's fine.
Oh no, I was gonna say I think it's kind of like what Todd said. Like I don't even know why they're doing a poll. They should just drop them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And I would think
I
it'd
hope
be
that they
because it's
cost
like
less bottles too.
yeah, I was about to say that because it's not a
that's
legend. But
that's
then
a good
again,
point.
maybe it's an investment in terms of like how difficult it is to create them. So because ink effect artworks are kind of like a premium thing, maybe they'll still cost the same.
Fair.
I don't know.
I could see that. I could see it still being worth like 60 or 70% of the original cost or whatever. So still expensive, but not as much.
Yeah.
What I wanted to kind of get into from this though, because it is a small bit of news, but I think it's important. Do you think that it's now do you think that they're going to be doing this more frequently? Do you think this is a one-off, or do you think free to play style like treasure map units or whatever are going to receive ink artworks more often? Like, what do you guys think could be like the behind like connotations of them holding this Twitter poll?
Yeah, this is fucking so weird.
It's out of nowhere,
Like-
right? Like,
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Like, I think like you were streaming or whatever, and I was like, wait a minute, they got some random ass Twitter poll going on for ink artworks or whatever. Like, I had no idea this was even a thing in the first place. Like, it kind of caught me off guard as well. You associate the ink effect with like premium, right? It's like the legend, something you pay for. But these are like free to play units. So like, do you guys think that there's a chance they're going to be like releasing TM units now that come with ink effect artworks or whatever? Or do you think it's just
that would be
a
cool.
one-off thing?
Like just from here on out, they just make TM units have the ink effect. I'd be down for that. What else could they do? Like maybe Clash events, maybe Kizuna units could potentially have them.
I could see like the long term Kizuna units, things like Marco and Ace or Zoro and Sanji style units having the ink effect, but I wouldn't see them doing it for every single one. TM units, I guess, is generally pretty like month by month.
They could do the ambush units, maybe.
Ambush units for sure could be a good shout as well. So I just
you know, that would be
one.
such a good idea. Yo, what if they just like re-release the ambush units, but like now you get a rare drop of like specific ink bottles just for that unit.
No, thank you.
No.
We're not fucking.
You can do that.
Yeah,
You can do that.
Yeah,
Bro. I'm good.
Knight, can you dev Todd's game to put that in real
Oh,
quick? Just quickly.
Yeah, I'll put it in his game alone. You can have fun with that.
I mean, like the thing is, I wouldn't put it past Bandai to do some jank shit like that, but I hope. I don't mind the ink system. You get ink rewards when you play treasure map. You can stock them up. You can use them. New legends come with them. That's all fine. don't do no
Oh,
fucking specific ink bottles for units.
what if the
Oh,
free to
no.
play units only have stage 1?
I wouldn't mind. I think that's fine.
That would be okay.
That's a
I'd
good
be okay
shout
with that.
still though. Like obviously, you know, the small ink bottles are way easier to come by than the hard ones. So the hard ones, the large ones. So
Hard? What?
yo, large and hard,
Yo.
large and
Yeah,
hard,
don't get not excited.
large and hard. Pause. But yeah, I could see that being the thing. Actually, just being level 1 only and just having a small little effect. But I guess
if it's only level 1, that'd be very easy for them to pump out heaps of them.
yeah, for sure. Actually, hold on. Like that's a good shout though.
So just do all 4, Bandai. Come on.
Yeah, come on, Bandai. Like, what do you? It's not hard. It's not hard at all.
Shaking my head.
I don't know.
Anyways.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's cool. It's cool.
It's cool. It's cool. You know what is fucking sick though?
What's that?
Version 11.
So far, so good, I must say.
Version 11 sneak peek is here. We got the 3 images. We got the Pirate Alliance. We got the player profiles. And we got the bounty rework. You asked for it. 7 years later, you shall receive.
How many times have I said on this podcast, Pirate Alliances?
This
and it's finally coming.
This podcast once again holds the truth to Treasure Cruise. What we say comes true. Pirate Alliance.
Just wait for Jozu now.
Yeah, Legend Jozu coming soon. Don't quote us on that. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Send that message to Bandai. We want Legend Jozu. All right, so from the 3 images, we received a tweet from the official Bandai JP Twitter account. That being 3 images were tweeted. So we have a new Pirate Alliance button. So as far as we can see, it's going to be up to 10 players, and you invite people to your alliance. You can name the alliance, all that kind of like general like guild style things. So this is why at the start of the podcast we mentioned that potentially Team Kizuna was put on hold, or Co-op Kizuna, was put on hold because of the implementation of this alliance thing. Because then, you know what though? In reality, this is a positive thing because it removes the whole need to have the team system in place for to find teams and create teams for Team Kizuna anymore on the website at least. It's all going to be like in-game kind of stuff. So that could be beneficial for them.
They probably still need to make a website in the first place so
Exactly.
we can see rankings, right? Like, and the rewards. But yeah, you're right. It would streamline the process of creating
a little bit,
team
right?
Kizunas.
So you can create your own alliance, and then your alliance, which I think is like the coolest part, which also comes in with the bounty rework, has like a total bounty, and that's kind of like your flex, you know? And also I just noticed in this image here real quick, there's a little like, if you look at the image real quick, there's like a little logo next to your alliance. And there's also
it looks like maybe like a ranking icon.
And there's also a level.
Yeah, like a alliance level.
So like there's a lot of, it seems like there's a lot, and there's a button that's to get into, like there's more alliance stuff there. So like it seems like it's going to be more than just a like, hey, we're homies, let's make an alliance type deal. Like there's going to be ranking events potentially associated with alliance stuff and all that kind of good stuff. So that's pretty cool and neat there. On top of that, we have player profiles. Doesn't really matter, but you can set a little message that when people click on you, I guess will pop up on your player profile. It'll have, you can have a character's artwork. Your part level will be there, your bounty will be there, and your alliance name will be there as well. And then on the final image there, and I think what was kind of missed by a lot of the translators, so shout out me, the bounty system will get a full rework, and you can level up your bounty and your Pirate Alliance's bounty. And it says down below there that there'll be special Chopper Man missions created for increasing your bounty as well, or related to your bounty at least. So maybe there would be like, if you hit a certain bounty number, you get rewards, or you can do missions in order to acquire higher bounty. All right, boys, Pirate Alliances. Y'all, what's up? How y'all feeling about this being implemented now?
All right, I have a note from the dev team.
Hey, what's up?
So I'll take it away. So
Yeah.
here's the scoop.
Okay.
You're gonna have to limit break your guilds. So first there's the regular Pirate Alliance limit break, and then you have the key LB your alliance.
Every member has to key limit break it, so you have to key limit break it 10 times, so it gets plus 10, you know?
Exactly.
And you have to feed
That's the
candy.
levels.
You have to feed candy to the alliance so it gets a higher bounty cap.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
have to
guys.
use real limit break materials and belly to level up.
Every limit break
Your
stage is
alliance.
actually 4,000 shards per user.
Exactly.
So get but
You
not on the
better
real
farm
though.
TM.
Yeah, get to TM. On the real though, what do you guys? How you guys feel about them finally adding this whole alliance thing?
Overdue.
7 years later, but they finally made it. They finally did.
I am really, really pumped about it, and I hope that they have like specific events for alliances. That's like the number one thing I'd like to see.
Yeah.
But this is a good step forward, and like as we said, like I think it could help streamline the process of co-op Kizunas, and as you said, could be the reason why we haven't had co-op Kizunas in
Yeah.
a while, especially for JP because they haven't
Yeah.
had one since literally Hawkins came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope the rewards for being in an alliance are good as well, like make it worthwhile. And we don't really know much information. We only just know that it's coming. We don't know anything about it or how it works, but it's exciting. I'm so pumped for it.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Flame, what are you thinking? How you feeling?
I'm pretty hyped for it. I'm kind of waiting to see like what it's actually for. Like,
Yeah.
are we gonna be competing and stuff, or is it just kind of like we could just like chat with everybody in there?
I'm holding out that there's gonna be. I think we've like mentioned every kind of alliance system under the sun, but I'm really holding out that there's like just daily rewards and stuff from the alliance thing too. Like maybe that's what the Chopper Man missions could be potentially, where it's like if your Pirate Alliance bounty total is like higher than X number, you receive X rewards, similar to like the 70S system where like for everyone that checked in, the more people that checked in every day, you'd get a better reward at the end of it.
You get like an extra rainbow gem or
Yeah,
something.
like if
That'd be cool.
that'd be like I think that it's the best time to do that kind of stuff. But Knight, the JP man himself, where are your thoughts at with the whole alliance system being implemented finally?
Honestly, I didn't really care. Like it's kind of like it's like a team project at school. Like if I have to like rely on other people to get shit done, I am not a big fan of it. Like I have like some group shit going on the next couple weeks that I have to take care of, but I'm not a fan of that shit at all.
Yeah,
So
I feel
depending
that.
on how it goes, could be cool. Like you were saying, like if the reward. No, I think Todd said it.
Yeah.
Depending on like rewards you get, like for being in the alliance or whatnot. Like if that's cool, then like yeah, I'll definitely do it and whatnot. But like it was just like some bullshit, then I don't know if I'm gonna be like too happy about it. I'm just gonna be like, yo, this shit's kind of mid. But we'll see.
Like, it'd be cool if like they
yeah.
introduce systems like where it's like, oh, take your alliance into treasure map, and then whichever alliance accumulates the most treasure map points wins more rewards or something.
They could have
Or
like a
for
third
Pirate
ranking
Rumble.
system, or like exactly, like a
Pirate
third
Rumble one would
ranking
be sick.
system.
Yeah,
You know, they have like absolute ranks for individuals, they have percent rank for individuals, and they have like a generic ranking, like 1 to however many alliances there are for just regular players or whatever. So it's like, oh, your alliance accumulated like X amount of points, you're ranked 10th or whatever. So like then you
yeah,
get
or just like
rewards based
anytime
on
there's
that.
like a blitz battle, it's like, oh, your blitz battle or your alliance earned this much or this many points during the blitz battle. Here's your rewards. You know, that'd be cool.
I think like we'll get into the bounty system later. I mean, like in a moment, sorry, but I think that they better do something with the bounty though. Like they're really showing it off. Like it's at the top of the screen when you go into the alliance thing. It's like your bounty's this, guys. Like I really hope that there's like some like it'd be cool if there was like a monthly ranking or whatever that was like, oh, every month the alliance with the highest rank, highest bounty received points, or the alliance that received the most like the most increase in bounty or received this or whatever. Like there's so much they can do with this. I really hope Treasure Cruise doesn't do what it normally does and releases a new game mode, then kills it within 3 months. You know?
Yeah, or like they'll release a new system, like a new event. It's like, oh, now we have an alliance rare recruit character that gives you more points during this quest or something.
You
You're like,
know,
oh, that would
like-
suck.
Like I think like we've had this happen time and time again. Like Limit Break when it first came out was really cool, and then it became a pain in the ass. Limit Break expansion was a really neat idea. and then
Not executed well.
Yeah, not executed well, over expensive, and then New Legends released a Limit Break expansion, which immediately mitigated and like made null the reason for Limit Break expansion in the first place.
Yeah, and it hinders their growth.
Exactly. And then you
Yeah,
also
that's
had
huge potential.
6 pluses used to come out with like, oh, you'd have like a unit and then they get a 6 plus relating to something that happened in the anime or whatever, right? Now 6 plus releases and it's just an alternate artwork and they just get a few little buffs or whatever and then you move on, you know? So everyone that would get gassed, like, oh, I hope Zoro gets a 6 plus that makes him look like the manga character. It's not gonna happen. Because it doesn't make Bandai any money, which is what they realized was the issue with 6 plussing. So 6 plussing is just a system to just move the character along and get people to shut up about it, you know? It's like,
yeah.
same thing. TM started off really cool, now it's shit. Pirate Rumble started off really cool, now it's shit. Like it's just like every time they do this, they find a way to shoot themselves in the foot. And people have been asking for Pirate Rumble, Pirate Alliances for like 7 years now. So I pray to God they don't just shoot themselves in the foot with this one.
Oh, we will see.
We will see.
It says late April is this update.
Yeah, which is very soon. So like, I would have hoped that like Yoshi would have come on with a video or something like that, and then they would have released the video.
When our next podcast comes out,
it should be out, right, or close to that.
It should be out by our next podcast. Yeah.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to take some notes first, bud. So get
all right, I will.
I mean, you're the dev. You should have all the information. You're just not telling us, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. No, I have one last thing.
They just pass you a note real quick. What's up?
Yeah, they did. Thanks, Yoshi. Anyways, he said on the note, in Pirate Alliances, you will only be able to use characters that had interactions in the story. Like you won't be able to use Corazon with Boa because they never interacted in the story. So you can only use Corazon with Law. Kid Law.
Only Kid Law though. You can't use
only
adult
Kid
Law. That would make no sense, right? That would make absolutely no sense.
Stupid.
All right, get keen for that, lads. All right, profiles. I don't think there's really much to talk about in the profile system here, but it does seem like you can add text and stuff to like your profile. So that's going to be pretty cool, I guess.
It'd be cool if like whatever character you have on your profile is like the character that runs around on the alliance screen.
I think that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone should just have the same character when we make our alliance. Just do that kind of trash.
No, you know how to make people mad? You just use a really limited character like Bonsai Akainu.
Bro, our whole team will have. We surely will have him, dude. Let's go.
Let's go.
And I think it's pretty cool.
Mark, you know.
Yo, okay, yes, sir.
It's time.
It's gonna show your pirate level. It's gonna show your bounty, and it's gonna show your alliance. So pretty neat overall. Kind of cool. Little thing you can edit.
I already know this dude. Papi's gonna write #1 rice farmer.
Hey, it was right out of my mouth, bro. Anyway, and
I'm putting custard as mine.
Oh my god,
that's the ultimate flex.
Oh, that's right. We'll just put Kung Fu Luffy then.
Oh, okay. Hit him back, bro.
August, dude. Let's go.
I prefer custard over Kung Fu Luffy any day. All right, and then finally the new reworked bounty. So they mentioned it. I think we mentioned it last podcast. How they were removing, or they have removed, like they were removing the friend rankings and the like, and all that kind of stuff. So I guess this is kind of following suit in that kind of manner there. But new system to bounties. They haven't mentioned much. What do you guys? Do you think they're gonna continue? All right. Knight, you're a dev, so you can't answer. But you're a dev of One Piece Treasure Cruise. How are you implementing the new bounty system? How do you think players can accrue a bounty that seems like reasonable or seems interesting? I think the obvious way to do it would be like, obviously your ranking in an event contributes to your ranking. So to your bounty, sorry. So if you rank first, you get like 1 million berry added to your ranking. If you rank second, you get like 800,000 or whatever. So like, you know, maybe there's now an extra like kind of flex incentive to ranking higher in
that's
events and such.
That's why I thought they were gonna make. That's why I thought they were gonna make like a new event, because I'm like, I don't know how you get more bounty. So maybe it's just a new particular event, or it could be like a Chopman mission, as you mentioned. Could just be something like that. It's a little hard to say actually.
There's a lot of things they could do though. Sorry, go Night.
No, it's all good. I was just gonna say they could do like something where there's just like a regular like raid or event or whatever, and
Yeah.
then there's like a new Chopperman mission where it's like,
Clear.
clear
Oh.
hard version or whatever, and they like put like a sort of challenge onto it.
That's
A
a really good
restriction,
idea.
clear with a certain characters
Cost
on your team.
restriction or whatever, even like that too. That's a really good
Yeah.
idea of a way of being like, oh, it's like a Chopper Man, it's like a mission, but it's a Chopper Man bounty reward or whatever.
Yeah, like maybe clear the quest, you get X value, then clear with X condition, you get that bounty, and then clear with a really hard condition, you get more bounty or something
Yeah.
like that.
You know,
Could
like
be.
I think that's a good shout actually, because it means like when new content comes out, there's always an incentive to try and do the
Like clear it in multiple ways, yeah.
yeah. So like there's more ways you can farm it. Maybe they could even toss in like some rewards and stuff too. Maybe if there is going to be like a leveling up system or new items that come out for the leveling up your alliance or whatever, they could chuck those into the Chopperman missions, and the harder missions will give you more of those rewards or whatever. So like that's
Yeah.
actually really interesting. I think that's a really good idea that they could do it like that. Damn, Knight, you are a dev. Hold on. You've been lying to us this whole
I
time?
told you.
You've been lying to us this whole time?
Yeah,
He
man.
knows too much, bro. I think this is really cool, though. I think version 11 seems kind of tight. I think all this kind of stuff being implemented is, it's long overdue, as Todd mentioned. Like, we've been waiting time for this kind of stuff. So I really hope they don't screw it up, though. I just really hope they don't mess this kind of stuff up. But we will see in time. So that was going to be the end of all the content for this episode of GGP. But on the day I was writing this episode plan up, the V-Jump leaks just came out of nowhere. And my days, we're getting some juice, and and we have received the squeeze with that, mind you, as well. So the V-Jump leaks popped, and we have seen that 7th anniversary will be quote unquote the largest campaign ever. I think it's pretty easy to always play privy to that kind of idea that the campaign's going to be bigger than the last one. I mean, you would hope so at least, but alas. Supposedly there'll be 10 free multis available for JP players. They are looking to add new Supernova Legends, or like Legend or Legends. And then a bunch of new units got leaked in that too. That being of Kizuna Katakuri, and that comes with a Kizuna Rare Recruit Judge. There is a new Capone unit, and then a new Rare Recruit Brook. Now, we did receive all the information for these units. So we're going to kind of just hop through these jabronis real quick, because it's, these are kind of banging units, What do you guys, before we hop into the units itself, let's talk about some stuff. 7th anniversary. I think it's pretty obvious and pretty easy to say. What do you guys think they're going to be doing for 7th Annie? I know Flame had some upset punches in the air on Twitter the other day about 7th Annie, but
no manga spoilers, by the way.
Yes, of course. What do you guys think 7th Annie could
later.
potentially be?
I think Wano related makes like a lot of sense.
Yep.
But then again, remember last year's anniversary didn't really make a lot of sense either. It was more like
4 units.
heroes and villains. Yeah. So it could be something like that, but we don't know. Maybe we'll get more information over the coming weeks, or maybe after the version 11 comes out, we might get more info. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I'm interested to see what the other two guys think. And you,
Flame, this is your soapbox, champ. Speak up, man.
I mean, I think it's gonna be Whole Cake.
I think it's gonna be Whole Cake too.
Like
I think it's gonna be Whole Cake too.
And I'm pretty sure they're gonna do Luffy versus Katakuri.
And it was literally the words right out of my mouth.
Wouldn't that be a shame? Oh no!
I mean, you'd be gassed, bro. Because here's what I think is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be Luffy versus Katakuri on one banner. Then there's gonna be a new Big Mom unit on another banner, and then it's gonna be like a bunch of like the Straw Hats. They might even fuck about and do like Rare Recruit versus units of like the Straw Hats versing other fucking jabronis on the Big Mom Pirates and stuff like that too, But like,
they could do a whole batch with that for like
they could repeat essentially. What was that though? They could repeat. What anniversary was it for the?
It was Luffy Law.
Yeah, they could repeat that in a sense, right? With all the dual unit rare recruits, but all like versus unit rare recruits, and have Luffy versus Katakuri, and then versus unit rare recruits of like the Straw Hats versing particular things, and then have another Big Mom Legend release. I don't know. I agree with Flame. I think unfortunately we're dipping back into the well of we're milking that poor cow again. Of
I mean,
Whole Cake
I said it not long ago, but I think Luffy versus Katakuri and Law versus Dofi. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the anniversary.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just feel like Law versus Dofi plus Luffy Kata makes a lot of sense. But
I would be
anyway.
kind of shocked if they drop Law versus Dofi.
I'd be gassed though. That'd be kind of tight. Slasher meta, Pog.
I mean,
it's
they
coming
have
back.
been on this driven wave, so
Hey, hold on. All right, Night.
More driven support.
Dev Nightmare. What's happening for 7th anniversary?
All right, so it's your boy Nitemare, and today we're going to be talking about 7th Annie. So in the leak, it said new supernova legends. Maybe might just be one. We have a supernova legend, Capone. You know what's coming
That's
next?
what I think.
The young supernovas groups. Remember them? Team Kizuna, the first one. Shout out Azu. Shout out my guy, the monk, Dave. Dave legend coming soon. Supernova legends. Young supernovas. You already know. So it's gonna be Dave. There's gonna be Kid. Killer. Bonnie. No, I think that's all. I don't want more than 4.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just thought about it. What if it's like when the super types came out and they have like 5 supernova legends?
No, bro, that'd be bro. Fuck that,
You know
bro.
what?
That'd be
Actually-
so rough.
No,
So-
it's 7th Annie, 7 legends.
no, shut up,
Let's
shut up,
go.
shut
no.
up, shut up, shut up, shut up. No.
They said it's the
No.
largest celebration.
Yeah, largest celebration by the most Sugar. How many Sugar Fests can they conceivably run at the same time? Is it 30? Like 30 banners popping at the 7 Legends, Super Type, Sugar Fest, Whitebeard versus Shanks releases. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't do that to us. But I don't know, man. Like, all right, instead of Devmare, what about Nightmare? What does Nightmare think 7th Annie's going to be?
All right, so hey guys, Knight here. I have to go a little depresso on you guys, show you that I'm actually Knight. But I actually do think it's gonna be like supernovas. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's time for the young supernovas to pull up. Like
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of characters that haven't gotten their shine yet as legends, and you know how everyone's like, no more Luffy's, no more Laws, no more Shanks, I guess. I mean, I don't really complain about Shanks, but I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be some new characters pulling up, and they might be supernovas, they might not. I don't want it to be whole cake because you know it gets milked.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone was saying before, and wouldn't want Dressrosa because that got like milked
Oh
to
no,
hell.
please no.
Marineford not long ago.
Yeah,
No,
no Marine
I swear to
Yeah.
God, dude.
Which is
If I
why
see-
they're
if
gonna
I see
do
another
Annie
Zoro in
Cobby.
that tux.
Bro,
I
Ennis
can't take that unit.
Ennis Lobby is a shout. But I think
Luffy versus Lucci, man. Let's go.
that'd be gas, bro. No, I
Yeah,
don't think
that'd be
I
good.
don't think Sal Bowdy is going to be the shout for anniversary. I think Kizaru. There's a chance, lads. There is a Kizaru versus Rayleigh Legend. I'm calling it right now. Anniversary. It's going to be like the part 3. I'm calling that shit right now. On God, it's
No.
happening.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Mhm.
How would they make one of the poll selections the anniversary legend? They haven't even released the other one yet that actually won.
Hey, they're saving Whitebeard and Shanks for One Piece Day. We've already
Hey,
talked.
I think One Piece Day makes the most sense.
We've
for
talked about this, my friend. It's happening like
Yeah.
that. Come on, cuz. But I think that Sal Bowdy is a fantastic shout for 7th anniversary. I think that you have so many, like such a range of characters. Like,
Legend Kuma.
yo, it's time,
Yo,
bro.
it's actually time.
Remember
Bro,
Legend Kuma be Tool?
Yo, what if he blows away all the units on the map, dude? That'd be sick.
Bruh.
I think Sal Bowdy is a good shout. Or Ennis Lobby. Some like underappreciated arc that has like, you know, I don't want to see any more fucking Marineford. I don't want to see any more Dressrosa. I don't want to see any more Whole Cake Island. I don't want to see any more Wano for a bit. I want to take a break.
What do you actually want to see?
I want to see take it
Thriller
all the
bar.
way black.
Look,
then
look,
all
look,
the
look,
way
look,
back.
look. Remember, this is the anniversary we're talking about here. This is the opportunity where they bring in the most players to the game.
I
So it
don't-
has to be something accessible that a lot of people like.
You have to remember, I'm a global player. I haven't had a good anniversary in 4 years. So
True.
so like I don't know what a good anniversary is. No, I hate it because you're right, and that being we're gonna get a Luffy versus Katakuri, or we're gonna get like a Luffy versus Doflamingo, or like something along
Yeah.
those lines where people are like really excited for that kind of stuff, or we're gonna get a new Big Mom or a new Kite again, another fucking Kaido, God forbid.
Yeah, I
know?
don't think we need another Kaido anytime
Like
soon.
I think it's gonna be something where like it's a really hype character, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about when I'm saying really hype character, like character that
Yeah.
everyone wants in the game, right?
Yeah.
Kuma. No, but
Exactly.
I think there's gonna have like what Todd said. It makes sense for them to release these really popular characters because if you check the statistics of how many people play during those kinds of months, like I think again going back to what Fade and Muffins brought with in terms of like player base, the month of anniversary treasure map had like 90,000 people competing, but then the following month, like in April's treasure map, it had like 80,000 people competing. So you have like a 10,000 people like insurge into the game when anniversary pops in, and obviously on JP that'll be like 10 times the amount. You go from like 300, 200, 300,000 to like 400, 500,000 players at the same time. So they really need to hit home with making a really popular character or characters per se for anniversary. All right, I want to do a thing where we predict anniversary, then we come back to it, and I'm gonna write it down as well so we don't forget. I want like a one sentence thing. What do you guys think anniversary is gonna be? Todd, what do you think seventh
terms
annual
of
will
characters or theme?
be? Characters. You can say as
Yeah, I
many
think-
legends as you want or as few as you want. Doesn't matter. What do you think? So you're saying Luffy versus Kata,
I'm still sticking with Luffy versus Katakuri and then
Alright.
Law versus Dofi.
and then Law versus Dofi. All right, Flame. Who do you got? What
I
you
got
got?
Whole Cake. I got
Cake.
Luffy versus Katakuri.
Luffy versus
And
Kata.
if it's just a solo unit, there's gonna be some type of Luffy because there always is.
Yep. Knight. Who you got?
I have Zoro versus Pika. Shout out to Boris.
Yeah.
Alright, Zoro versus Pika. And anything else you want there, sir, in your prediction?
No, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right, I'm gonna say we're going to Sao Baudi, and we're gonna get Rayleigh versus Kizaru.
That's
Alright.
a big call.
It's all written down now. Whoever's right will get $5 Subway gift card. Buy yourself
Alright.
a footlong with that
I
one,
would like
cheap.
that.
That's what I'm saying. My dude like them
Bro,
footlongs.
fuck off.
The winner gets a crit high five.
Yeah, winner gets the satisfaction of saying their choice of donuts or cookies is better, and we have to agree with them. There you go. All right.
Shit.
Moving
Well,
on. Knight's like, fuck me, I should have made my vote more serious.
No, you want to actually use Zoro versus Pika?
Bro, imagine it's exactly what Todd said. It's gonna be like the Luffy versus Kata, Law versus Flamingo, then an offshoot Zoro versus Pika, like raid unit or something like that. All right,
Oh,
10
no.
free multis. I don't know. I'm guessing that's gonna be across the days of like one per day in anniversary. That would kind of make sense there. We already talked about the
Yeah.
Supernova Legends. And then getting into the more interesting section here, the Kizuna Katakuri with a Kizuna Rare Crew Judge, the new Legend Capone, which is what we found as a crew legend, and the new Rare Crew book, which is essentially a Kizuna Rare Crew as well. Jumping into these guys real quick, has it been confirmed yet if Legend Capone is Kizuna exclusive, or is it just, I think it is.
The
think we have to wait
Capone's a
to see if
keys and you can only pull one keys in the banners, like Pudding and
Damn.
Sanji.
Damn, so trash legend like Pudding and Sanji. Anyway, Kizuna Katakuri. So Kizuna Katakuri reduces 5 turns of paralysis on crew, reduces 5 turns of percent damage reduction on enemies, changes block, recovery, tandem orbs to matching orbs, and for 3 turns locks the chain at 2.75. Pretty
For free
good.
to play, it's pretty good.
It's pretty solid. You have orb
Yep.
manip,
And-
you have some good stuff there.
And his artwork's got the toolie.
He has got a gat. He has
out
got
there.
he's got the beam, he's got the toolie, he's got the Glock, he's got the Thang. He's got it on him right now. I don't remember
does.
ever seeing him do this though.
It was
That's
not
in
in the
the
manga.
anime.
It was anime. Yeah,
Ew. All
that
right,
was crazy.
he's pretty good. Pyro Rumble stuff's kind of mid, so we'll move on.
Free to play 3-turn chain lock is nice.
It's really good. Block recovery, tandem orbs, and matching, pretty good. And then 5 turns power, 5 turns of percent damage reduction, kind of sweet.
Yeah, he's nice. He doesn't do damage though, so that kind of sucks.
He has
Damage
a-
Makes
Express
sense.
was so
He's a
valuable
sweet
now because of-
commander.
Yes. He also shooter characters will treat psi orbs as beneficial. There you go. That's pretty good for his salary ability. Not bad.
Yeah.
Kizuna Recruit Judge. For 1 turn, reduce incoming damage by 60%, reduces 5 turns of despair on crew, reduces 5 turns of resilience on enemies, and when the captain is striker or driven for 1 turn, boosts orbs of crew by 2x. I think it's a rainbow orb boost for striker and driven there. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty good for Kizuna Recruit. I mean, take it or leave it. It's up to you if you want to pull or not, essentially, but
If you're using the new Blackbeard, you can get attack and orb boost from him.
shit, true.
True.
It's a good shout, actually.
Imagine using the new Blackbeard though.
Could not be any. Well, literally could not be any. Shout out my guy Subconsi. He's doing his best out there, bro.
Man, that unit looks lame.
Support though, once during the adventure, when the supported character triggers their special, reduces 2 turns of resilience on the enemy. They can be attached to Ichiji, Niji, Yonji, and Reiju. That's a pretty good support for Reiju as well.
Man, it'd
not
be
bad.
better if he just did end of turn damage.
Also,
Like,
correct.
cut all of his health by like 5% at the end of the turn or something like that.
Shout out my girl Tsuru. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Gums stay out.
Support Suru is so good.
Kizuna Recruit Brook. 100 times carries attack in int damage to 1 enemy, reduces 5 turns of paralysis on crew, reduces 5 turns of defense up on enemies, and locks the chain for 1 turn to locks the chain to 3x for 1 turn.
He's good. He's got a good support too.
Yes, and his support is once during the adventure when the enemy does defense up, reduces 2 turns of defense up on enemies, and attaches to Sanji, Nami, and Chopper. So pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty good units there for that one. That's a pretty good unit overall. We're going to skip Cracker. We'll come back to him in the other news. And then the creme de la creme of the day, out of nowhere, Capone Crew Legend. We were asking for Crew Legends, and we have now seen it. The Dex,
Fire Tank Pirates.
Yeah, the Dex and Psy Fire Tank Pirates. Shout out Dex. They're trying their best. They're doing their thing. So this came out of the blue. I think, as Flame and Todd just said, then this unit is a Kizuna exclusive legend, akin to that of Sanji and Pudding. So I think also I always forget his Twitter name, but it's the JP guy. He does a lot of the JP player. He does a lot of the data mining.
Evan?
As well. Evan, that's it. Thank you. He also mentioned that these guys are guaranteed on 25 multis on their banner. Oof. So we'll see how that banner kind of looks.
Imagine doing 25 multis when the Annie is literally right around
the corner. Exactly. All right. So so obviously this is a dual unit, Shanks crew, Arlong crew type deal. So on one you have Capone. So he is a shooter driven character's attack by 3.75, HP by 1.3. He himself gets a 4.5 times attack boost. He reduces 20% of incoming damage. And shooter and driven characters will treat Psy, Dex, and quick orbs as beneficial, and crew is immune to blow away. Pretty interesting. Vito and Gotti and Chiffon is the other side. They will increase shooter and driven characters attack by 4.25, HP by 1.3. They will make Psy, Dex, and strength orbs beneficial for shooter and driven characters, and the crew is immune to blow away, and they heal 3x character recovery at the end of the turn.
Mm-hmm.
I think Vito and Gotti Chiffon is better than the Capone.
I agree.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like no one gives a shit if Capone gives himself a 4.5 times attack boost. At the end of the day, it's a fucking dual unit. Like they're still gonna be doo-doo.
At least the multipliers are a little better. Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say what you can do is like you can swap to the other one, so like, you have both of them up because one of them gives like a different orb, so like you basically have like all orbs matching.
Yeah, side dex quick, side dex strength. Yeah, okay. You just don't have int. That's all. You have 4
and
out
then
of
you'd
5.
basically be like a semi 4x.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That's a good shout.
It's good. But yeah, I like the fact that the captain effect has like the immune to blow away. Like, I think that's a really good way to make dual units viable, is give them utility in their captain effect. I
100%
mean, this is
agree.
why we've seen Shanks crew been so viable for so long.
Bro, that special
so
seal immunity, bro. Come on, cuz.
like that's insane. I mean, I don't think blow away immunity is as good as special bind immunity. Well, it's not immunity, but you know, it's fine. I think the single captain effects are fine. I don't know if I still like it, but their
Yeah.
dual captain effect definitely is huge.
I think also I think with them adding this whole crew immune to blow away type deal, I think that Kizuna's in the future is going to play into that a little bit more now.
Maybe, yeah.
So like I think that's where the incentive is going to lie in terms of having this unit. I think like blow away is going to be a debuff that's going to be pretty common, or at least more common now in Kizuna than it was before. Also, their
Yeah,
art
I mean,
is
and I'm
specifically for
happy it's for the whole crew. not
yes,
just like Capone.
100%. Thank God for that too.
it's Big Father without Big Father.
Yes, exactly right. Plus, I want to bring up their art, kind of tight. I like their art. Pretty neat. Anyway,
The goons.
yeah, hey, you're talking about toolies, bro. These boys got too many
He's
of
got
them.
all of them. Yeah.
All right, and then the combined form the Fire Tank Pirates. So this is the main point. Shooter and driven characters attack by 5x, HP by 1.3, reduces incoming damage by 60%. Shooter and driven characters will treat all colored orbs as beneficial, crews immune to blow away, and they heal 5x the character's recovery at the end of the turn.
That might be one of the best on paper captain effects in the game.
And then they stay for 3 turns, I think, right? Yeah, they become
Yes.
3 turns.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just solid captain ability. Like solid captain ability.
I mean, he boosts shooter. I mean, shooter kind of
Driven kind of
but
pog though. Hold
driven
on.
popping. Yeah, driven kind of all with it right now.
Yeah.
HP boost, recovery, damage reduction. I mean, 60% damage reduction. You already know a double Capone.
120%.
You already know
120% with that double
20%.
120%. Yo.
That's a lot though. What's that? 60 like what's that? 0.6 times 0.6 something like that? I don't know how to do the math there.
It's 0.4. I think it's
It's like 0.4 times I don't know. It's like there's some mathematics.
I think it's 0.4 times 0.4.
Yeah, it is. So just with double Capone, nothing else. It's already 84% damage
That's
reduction.
it. Yeah. It's 0.4 times 0.4. Then you minus 100, like 100. So 1 minus that. Okay. Yeah. I can do maths.
And then with damage reduction sockets, it's 89% damage reduction.
So basically 90.
And then you can get a ship, and then chuck a ship in as well. Is there actually a ship that'll work with them?
You can use Megalo.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can use
In the
Megalo
side.
when you have the Psy variant up, and the Psy variant is the Chiffon, Guardian,
Vito.
and Vito version as well too. So
The better captain effect.
yeah, the better one as well, which is another what 50. What is Megalo's are what 15% or 10% or so?
10%, yeah.
Something
So
like that.
yeah, so pretty good.
And
You're
an
gonna
all
get like
block, but I mean, you don't need all block with this team.
yeah, that's like it's gonna come to like 93% if you have all that kind of stuff running up, which is just like
That is nuts.
obscene, right?
You can tank death hits just with the captain effects alone. Like,
I know. Like, I think
so
I agree with what you're saying. Like on paper, this captain ability is fucking good, but the downside is it's a dual unit. So
exactly.
you only get this captain ability for 3 turns, which is kind of the lame part.
Exactly.
Like
People are just going to like over like say like, oh, they're 60% like DR, but like
that's it. Like the
when
best.
you have that up, you're gonna be killing them that turn anyway.
At least the intention would be, even if they do like damage on death, like there's so many units these days that would just pop up like a damage reduction special, or you like you can just survive like things like niche more things like with the Halloween Laws special, it giving yourself resilience, Bato.
Yeah,
Bato
V1
Cav.
Capone. Nah.
Exactly right. Yeah,
Yikes.
Yo, it's time. It's time. Hold on.
I can definitely see the new sub.
Oh,
Like,
them being
we
used as sub is nuts.
We haven't even got to their special yet. But
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Their switch effect and their special, but yeah, I mean, as a captain, yeah, like, as Flame already said, like when you use their special, you're gonna be killing them that turn. So
Yeah.
there's not really much use for that damage reduction unless if there's a death hit. You know,
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So their
Yeah.
special is on a 12-turn cooldown. Reduce 5 turns of special seal on crew. Reduces 5 turns of percent damage reduction and threshold damage reduction. Changes block recovery and colored orbs of shooter and driven characters to matching. Locks orbs, which can't be changed, of shooter and driven characters until one perfect is hit with that character. For 2 turns, boost the attack of shooter and driven characters by 2.5x. And for 3 turns, become the fire tank pirate. So they're like, they're dual form. All right, let's break
Crew's dedicated attack booster.
Let's break this down real quick. 5 turns of special seal, 5 turns of percent damage reduction, threshold damage reduction. Always useful. Utility is always great. 5 turns, not bad. Not bad.
That's actually really good because like typically when a legend has like utility stuff, typically it's like they have got really good utility, but like they don't really do much else.
Yeah.
Or they'll provide like a little bit of something else, but this unit like does heaps. Like
Yeah.
5-turn utility for the defensive effects is really nice, and then also special bind removal is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then he also does orb change. He locks those orbs with that impossible orb change mechanic, and then he's a 2-turn attack booster. Like this guy does heaps.
So then you
It's
have,
insane.
like what Todd said, block recovery, colored orbs into matching. Again, fantastic. They already make colored orbs beneficial anyway. So
Yeah.
all you're trying to miss out on
So-
is tandem orbs, which is,
So as a sub, that's great. That's special.
yeah,
Because all
100%.
colored orbs recovery block, yeah. As you
It's
said,
very
yeah, just
common,
tandem.
Yeah. And so this is the interesting part. It locks the orbs, but it doesn't lock the orbs in like the regular fashion. It locks. I think this is the first time it's popped up in a unit where it's been seen as a debuff in the past when a boss will debuff you and you'll have to hit that particular the tap timing that's put on the lock. So in this
Yeah.
situations are perfect. So if you were just to hit your goods and greats, you would always maintain these locked orbs. It seems like for time, essentially.
I think there was a character that did it in the past.
Actually, yeah.
Oh,
there's
was
the
there?
Wapple.
Right? The
Yeah.
Wapple, yeah, the free-to-play Wapple from the Joba event.
You're right, actually. Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, I think it only did it for like 1 or 2 characters on your team. But
This
either
is
way.
Yeah, I
like,
think it's like for the captain or friend captain something.
Okay. Well, this is really good though. You get basically matching orbs until you want to pop perfects.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean, like, heck, that's basically free matching orbs for time. I mean, like, imagine GARP challenges. Pop these guys turn 1. You have a full board of matching orbs for the rest of the challenge. Just don't hit any perfects, lol.
It's interesting because typically when because that debuff happens on one of the forests, doesn't it? Hawkins or Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
think it's
Hawkins.
Yeah, and people would lock the recovery slots and keep them for the entire run, but you can't really do that with this guy because he changes recovery slots.
True.
Unless if you used similar slots with versus Big Mom.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But the half of this unit is not boosted by Big Mom, so
Yeah.
that's something.
That's the issue there. And then
Yeah.
for 2 turns, boost shoot and driven characters by 2.5x. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's great. That's 2.5x boost for 2 turns. Like, I think the 2 turns is what makes that like juicy. Like it's very, very good to have that extra
Even like
turn there.
versus Ace is a 2-turn orb booster, and he's got his chain locking effect and stuff. Like that works. That's a great combo for shooters.
Yes. So
Huge damage.
And a Kaini.
Yeah,
Kaini's
yeah.
driven.
Dan, it just makes versus Ace and Akainu
Even
such
better,
a valuable
bro.
unit. Yeah,
Even
even more valuable than what they already are.
This is the first legend in a while to come out that does not support bullet. Sad face, man. Feels bad.
Oh, feels
Yeah,
bad.
I was actually gonna say, like, I'm really excited for them because you can just get like the versus ability like really easy with them. Just
That's a good,
pop their
yeah.
special and then have full board of orbs and then just keep tapping like greats and stuff, and then you get
Yo,
like
that's
the
a
versus
really
ability.
good. That's a really
And
good
then you
idea.
can keep
actually.
like the orb on Ace, so you can like always have like the chain lock thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
that's a really good shout. Actually, I didn't think of that. That's a really good shout. Yeah, that works really well with them actually, because you can just keep getting the versus special. As long as you don't hit your perfect, you just boom, 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 boom. It's like, you can keep just popping that verse special consistently. So that's a really good idea. I rate that actually. And then they come 5 tank pilots 3 turns. Pretty cool.
And their switch effect.
Bro, their switch effect is fucking gross. Like
it's pretty insane how
completely
good it is.
remove special seal on themselves, change their own orb into matching, and then reduces for 1 turn reduces incoming damage by 25%, and they heal 5% of their max HP value. What? Like what?
So this unit is basically better Barto Cavendish.
Correct. It literally like Bardo Cavendish is
Yeah.
irrelevant now.
Yeah,
bad, man.
in a way, because Barto Cavendish still have that threshold special, which is pretty
Yeah,
interesting. But defensively, Barto Cavendish is probably still a bit better.
Mhm.
But offensively, this unit provides so much.
Like now you have swap affairs, you get 25% damage reduction. Then you have
Mhm.
you pop the specials. You have 60, 60, 25. You know what I mean? Like now you like add all you're gonna have like 98% damage reduction at the
You
end of it.
basically
You know what I
take
mean?
nothing.
Exactly. Like death hits will not
And then
kill
you-
you, which is insane.
And you also heal at the end of the turn too. with
Yeah,
your captain
5%
effect.
max XP. You get 5% max XP anywhere from the swap effect too. So like
True.
these
yeah.
guys in Garb challenges are gonna be like a godsend. Like 5% of max HP is actually a lot too.
I
when
love
you-
the
when you
fact
break
that
it down.
I love the fact that they also remove the special bind on themselves.
Yeah,
'cause,
that's a really good way of doing
the
it.
sailor effect already does that, but it means if they're inflicted with the fear debuff, you can still get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. No, I
That's
think
so
that's a
good.
really good way of doing it. You know.
Because doesn't V2 VV Rebecca do the same sort of thing?
What?
Pretty
Remove silence with their swap?
Am I thinking of someone? Doesn't a dual unit do that?
Yeah, they do it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. And then they remove special bind with their special.
That's a
right?
good way to do it, though. You
Mhm.
know, because it
Yeah,
counteracts
that's really good.
everything. I mean, yeah, exactly. Like Todd said, their second sailor ability. So everything else is stat buffs, but they reduce. Oh, sorry, they are immune to special seals. Like, completely immune, which is I think the best way to do it. If the character removes special seal, please make them immune or make it equivalent to the amount they're removing or whatever. But just fucking man, just make them immune. Immune's great. You know, I think it's
But
fantastic.
yeah, this unit's going to be really freaking strong, but I don't know how often people are actually going to use him as a captain. I mean, for this Kizuna, he's going to be ideal, but
especially
outside of that, I don't
though
know.
with the fact that he's also Kizuna exclusive, that's
Mhm.
where it kind of gets a little bit tricky. Like you're only going to be able to pull this unit if you decide to pull on the Kizuna banner, but I guess now that means for people that will potentially skip Sanji pudding, now they have an option of getting potentially Capone or Sanji pudding, and both are obviously very good options.
Couldn't
there.
be me.
Bro.
Nah, but on a quick note with Capone, I'm just gonna go with what I said last week or last episode. Capone's good, but still using a Kaini.
But
yeah.
as
Basically.
a sub though, like I don't know, man. This unit's kind of brazy, so like I rate it. I mean,
Yeah.
dual
Yeah,
units.
I mean, honestly, if anniversary was in 3 weeks, I would probably tell people, yeah, you probably should pull.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I'd actually agree with you tenfold. Like,
Mhm.
I think it's kind of like Bandai always does this, man. An anniversary coming up soon. Fuck it, we release a good ass legend. They do with Shanks Crew.
Yeah.
They do like
Though, then again, like, okay, who do you think's better, Shanks Crew or this Capone?
Shanks Crew. I'm still
we'll
saying
see. There
Shanks
you go.
Crew. Like Shanks
There
Crew
you
is
go,
so
there's that.
fucking good. Like
There you go. End of conversation.
exactly. Hey, moving on. All right, Pirate Rumble. Their Pirate Rumble is what kind of got me really interested as well. So their Pirate Rumble special, 1500 fixed damage to enemies in a sideways large range. Allies. I don't know why I said allies. Why the fuck is that? Allies are weird, man. Level 5.
Yeah, it's weird.
Level 5 enemy knock away rate up. I think that's a mechanic that is very underrated in Pirate Rumble. And I think them adding this rate up thing is like a really interesting kind of move here. When remaining HP is 50% or lower, heals allies in a short range by 2.5x character's recovery. Really good special.
I think the CT is like 30, I think.
30
around
on the
that.
dot. So the knockaway thing's huge though, I think. So like I think it's an important thing though. Like it's
Yeah,
gonna
you're right. It's a mechanic that hasn't really been touched upon.
Yeah.
So I wonder how effective it actually is.
like
Yeah.
as far as I know with knockaway, the biggest proponent of it is it just like it completely like stops the opponent's attack pattern.
Yeah, does it like
I think it
reset their pattern?
it resets their patterns. I think if they have a special, they'll still pop the special, but like the whole attack pattern and stuff like that gets reset.
Does it reset them in the queue of attacks?
Yes, because they need to recover from the knockaway. So like you have a
'Cause
chance
if that's
to,
the case, that's actually pretty busted.
because you have the chance then. So if they were to attack next, you knock them away, they no longer can attack next, or like their turn gets skipped or whatever. I think is what happens.
Right.
So like it becomes they're like useless until they come back into the fight. Because you know how like there's that animation of like they get blown back and then like they
Then they're
do.
on their
Yeah, they're on
knees.
like their knee or on the ground as if they had been like debuffed in like a PvE content with like despair or whatever. It's
Mhm.
like the same kind of thing. When they're knocked back, they do that, and then over time they'll recover and be back into the fight itself. So I think that's why knockaway is going to be a big proponent of PvP, or has the chance to be at least. Pirate Rumble ability,
And then you bring Magellan.
bro, it's over. It's actually over. Shoot it, gang.
Mhm.
Shoot and driven allies, level 5 HP up, level 3 defense up, level 3 attack up to himself, level 5 defense up to allies. So okay, level 5 defense up to allies, level 5 enemy knock rate up. So go up to 10, level 10 for their special as well. It seems like it's a flat rate up as well with their special.
Their passive is so crazy.
Oh yeah, kind of
Man.
nuts. And they have
Yeah, and
they have 2 heals in their pattern as well, which is
Yeah,
which is insane as well.
So this unit's gonna be really hard to kill.
Defensive teams, this unit's going to go hard. Like shooter defensive teams or driven defensive teams, insane.
Yeah, you can build pretty good 4-man or 5-man teams with this guy.
And their resistances, I think this is the first time we have this. He'll 250 HP after a set amount of time. I don't think we know what that time is yet.
Yeah, certain characters do have that bit, yeah.
And then each time, and then immune to movement seal. So being immune to movement seal is actually pretty good too.
Nice.
So
Yeah, that's huge.
this is a good unit overall. Did you guys expect a random ass like Capone crew unit to come out at any point, or like what do you guys think?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you told me sometime in 2021 that Chiffon was going to be a part of a legend, I was like,
hey yo, Legend Chiffon before Legend Kuma, let's go.
No.
And Vito too.
And Vito and
Congrats.
Gotti, let's go.
Let's
dude.
go.
I'm filthy, dude. I'm so filthy.
All right, well then I guess the main question on everyone's mind, is this a must pull legend? Yes or no?
Nah.
I think yeah.
Because Shanks Crew's still better.
I don't think so either. I think if you get the legend, like it's a very good legend to have. Will this legend become like the staple? No, I don't think so. With like Flame said, with Annie like 3-4 weeks away, bro, the Annie legend's gonna become the new meta without a doubt in my mind. So like this legend will be a niche, nice legend to have.
Yeah, like on global, like maybe on global since it won't be around Annie. Yeah, maybe.
You could argue it, yeah. Depending on what the Annie legend is though, as well. You know,
Mhm.
so
True.
yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess that's about it. We actually got through all of our discussion and news a lot faster than we had anticipated. But
Cool.
in other news, Global Support Sugo returns. Finally, we have a Support Sugo once again. So that's pretty fun. Make sure I would honestly say pull on Support Sugos at least 1 or 2 multis. So I think this Support Sugos are great to go to 4 multis and then you stop at 4. After 4, it's useless. So do that. Condoriano is available in the race shop. And then, so, make sure you pick him up for the JP plays, that is. Cracker Books are in the race shop. We're going to talk about this as like a potential hinting at 6+ Cracker, but we actually have 6+ Cracker now. His special now has become, his captain ability is now Powerhouse characters 4.25x, fighter slasher and shooter characters HP up. What? Wait a minute.
That's it, yeah.
So Powerhouse characters get
Yeah.
the attack boost, but fighter slasher, shooter, and striker characters get the HP up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it was before.
Really?
Yep.
This guy fucking
Yeah.
sucks. All right. His special is.
They should have given him like cooldown or something.
Yeah,
else
that's
in
what
his
I'm
captain
saying.
effect.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's so weird.
All right, and his
But,
special
like, no
is
one's using it
his
as a
special
captain.
is now cuts 15% of HP by one enemy. Why is that on AoE? Anyway, changes empty block, bomb recovery, and G orbs to his own orb to matching orbs. When the captain is fighter, slasher, striker, or shooter for 2 turns, 1.1 to the chain. When the captain is free spirit driven, cerebral, or powerhouse, for 2 turns, boost color affinity of normal attacks for free spirit driven, cerebral, and powerhouse characters by 2x.
Mm.
What do you guys think for this 6+?
Another
Well,
L.
Oh
Not an
wow,
L.
okay.
I'll say it's
I'm
not
in
an L. I don't know.
I'm in the other camp. I think this is a good 6+.
Really?
Well, I think his captain effect is like pretty shit, but you're not using him for his captain effect.
Yeah.
But the big thing is he does damage now. Now, yeah, obviously the damage sucks, but it means he can use support Smoker. Means he can
Right.
use support Daifuku that just came out, who's a
Right.
god. That's a huge buff to Cracker. So you get some guaranteed slots with his special with Daifuku, which is nice. And just buffing the affinity to like 2 times. I'd say the only thing that I don't like about him, aside from the captain effect, if we're just talking the special, the only thing I don't like is the condition still. There's still a condition for the affinity. There's still a condition for the chain boost.
You
It
know
should
what?
just be rainbow affinity,
I was
rainbow
gonna,
chain
I was
boost
gonna
all the
say,
time.
or just make it, because in his captain it says powerhouse fighter / striker shooter. Make it,
Right.
He adds 1.1 to chain and 2x affinity for powerhouse fighter / striker shooter. Like,
Yeah,
if
even that would have been fine.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, stop this like this like conditional bullshit. It just makes him so much. It's, I don't know. Like, they're following this run with 6+ units where it's just a random ass upgrade, or I don't know.
Yeah, like they
I don't
aren't
rate it.
updating him like what they used to, right? It's so weird.
They
I don't
used
know
to
why
they used to
doing it
put
this
a
way.
lot more care into 6+s and really make them like, a lot better. They'll change the art. They'd make it a side grade. We haven't had a side grade 6+ in a long time
True.
as well. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's always easier and nicer to just straight upgrade the character, but I don't know. Moving on
For me, I'm at the point where like if we're just gonna get like these little upgrades, like I would rather just not even have the 6+.
Yeah, I'd feel that too.
Because
yeah, I
for
agree.
the same thing with I said with Onami, like they didn't really do anything to make me be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be using Cracker now. Like I'm still not gonna use him.
I'm not going to use. I think it's going to be very hard to find a situation where you're like, yeah, I need Cracker for damage. Like, there's so many units now that can give out so much more. I think, bro, just chuck in like just quick Kaido. That's a double. You just double your damage completely. So
Yeah, I'm sure in like a few weeks, like 5 other legends are gonna
there'll
come
be like
out.
5 legends that pop up that are all going to be better than this
Forget about
Cracker.
him.
So it's a shame, but
And then Knight mentioned this to me. There was something that he didn't like, how when they release 6+ legends, like they don't really like tailor any like of the new content for them, so it's like you don't even feel the need to use them.
you can the only reason you even 6+ them in the first place is just to like progression.
Yeah, just to use them on like TM and Kizuna, and that's it.
he'll be boosted on TM. You use him once, all right, cool, sweet. Move on from that. All right. He also has specific skulls, which is concerning. I hate specific skulls. And
Wait, what do you mean? Well, yeah. It's the Kizuna
Get
stuff,
them
right?
via Alliance.
Oh my god! Imagine
God.
that. I think Todd's right. They are going to be Kizuna.
No, it's
skulls.
Kizuna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like what all the other 6+s have been recently.
yeah. New debuff, special cooldown lock. Ooh.
Wait, what was this?
This is a new debuff, my friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember this. Yeah, this was weird.
This is way back. This was time ago. Like we've had so much news come out since this shit popped up, but it's a special cooldown lock.
Yeah. So
It's fine.
how?
So special
Because
cooldown will not be
How did
reduced.
it work?
So alright, so special cooldown will not be reduced after passing turns. However, characters with specials that reduce cooldown still work. This debuff will only go away after hitting the specific tap timing. So it was introduced in like that raid, that Clash Straw Hats for April Fools, I think it was.
April Fools. Yeah.
And it was essentially like it looks very similar to the ore block thing. So your special bar gets like a silver outline and has a lock, and then there's like a perfect sign next to it. So if you hit a perfect, your cooldown continues to be to go up per turn. But if you don't hit that perfect, then obviously you're still stuck in the with that particular cooldown itself.
That's interesting. Okay.
I could see
hopefully that
annoying
doesn't cause
situations popping up where like they reverse your specials and then they put you in lock. Like, all right, buddy. Like, come on, dog. Don't be like that. And then finally, all the Kai raids were added to JP. Out of nowhere, they had a massive drop of all the Kai raids. They even had Whitebeard as well. So the Invasion Whitebeard Kai version came out as well. So I think they all released at the same time too. So hopefully the JP players are having fun farming all the Kai versions and never gonna.
Kai Whitebeard.
I think didn't
I
they?
heard that
They got buffed.
aren't they all
did
buffed
not?
too?
Yeah, they got buffed
Yeah.
too. That's right.
Yeah, they're all buffed.
And their buff is not even that good.
I haven't even looked at the buffs. Is anything like?
Oh, I know
noteworthy
for
at all?
Whitebeard. So Neo Whitebeard, that was the one I looked at specifically.
Yeah.
So like previously it was like reduced damage above 10,000 by a significant portion, but now
Yep.
it's like reduced damage above 5,000 by a
Okay.
significant portion.
I have
and that's
I have them all. I found
The
them.
Whitebeard was like 70% on global, and then on JP it's like 90%.
95. So
Yeah,
so
95.
Garp randomizes all orbs into strength or recovery, reduces bind and despair by 3 turns, boosts attack of fighters by 1.75 for 1 turn. Useless. Ink
Man,
Funko
global, he's fucking 1 turn on global.
Ivankov reduces special cooldown of all characters by 1 turn, randomizes non-dex orbs into either recovery, strength, dex, or quick orbs, changes own orb, including block orbs, into dex, makes dex and recovery orbs beneficial for all characters for 1 turn, and boosts the attack of free spirit characters by 1.75 for 1 turn.
just stupid special.
Yeah, Duval 5k fixed damage to all enemies, reduces 80% incoming damage, reduces paralysis and increased damage taken duration by 4 turns. That's actually pretty interesting. And boosts the attack of shooter characters by 1.75 for 1 turn.
Oh, that's actually not terrible.
Yeah. Virgo 100x carries attack and strength damage to 1 enemy. Come on, dog. Reduces enemies' percent damage reduction by 5 turns. Ooh. Boost attack of strikers by 1.75 for 1 turn, and reduces damage received by 50% for 1 turn. No, Virgo's not too bad.
Yeah.
Nightmare Luffy, 17 hits of random quick damage to random enemies. Remember when that was a thing? Random damage to random enemies?
Yes, sir.
That was gas, bro. You're like, yo, he's doing bits, bro. Reduces enemy threshold, damage reduction by 4 turns. Boost attack of powerhouse characters by 1.75 for 1 turn. Heracles, sorry. Reduces bind and silence duration by 4 turns. Boost attack of cerebral characters by 1.75 for 1 turn. Changes the orbs in the left column into sight into recovery, and the right column into dex strength quick. Switches orbs slots for 2 times. And then, as you guys mentioned, Whitebeard, his stage 3 special cuts enemy HP by 40% and reduces any damage received above 5%, above 5k by 95% for 2 turns. All still useless. And that's gonna wrap us up for the discussion portion of today's episode. But you guys did not let up on the Twitter and YouTube comment questions. So
Let's go.
everyone's favorite segment after their favorite segment. It's the Twitter and news and cool and questions. Wow. Question time. So as per usual, if you have questions, you can send them through to us on Twitter and via our YouTube community tab, GGP Podcast on Twitter, and Good Great Perfect on YouTube. First question coming in through the Twitter sphere from @DMacca. His first question asks, what do you guys think will be the first versus unit versus crew legend? Shanks crew versus Blackbeard crew, Marine versus Whitebeard, or something else? And and his second question is, will a rainbow unit be a thing? A legend who is strength quick dex and psi at the same strength dex psi and int at the same time. So do you think do you think a versus crew legend will ever exist?
I don't think we need one, but
I don't think we
like
need
I
one.
could see them doing like the poster character of each crew versus, like that makes sense. But I don't know about a whole crew versus a whole.
That's
like,
so many units.
They'll just do different
Yeah.
units. Like they
I
can't make money off of that.
had one unit that I wanted to come out, but it's a manga spoiler. Can we say that or no?
We'll get that later. We'll do manga spoiler stuff at the end. I think.
Okay.
Be
Yeah.
better.
And then will a rainbow unit be a thing? A legend who is all the colors at the same time.
We'll
I mean-
bullet.
Oh, you mean bullet?
Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah.
bullet.
Hey, I don't know,
You don't need a right. What's that going to benefit you? Like,
Well, I guess it means that like they can be affected by like any unit that is like boosts quick character's attack or boost Dex
They
character's
get the
attack. Like,
boost
they
as
can be
well.
affected
I
by
get,
that. Yeah.
that makes sense.
That'd be the only thing that I could see why it would be beneficial.
Maybe
to
when
have.
Luffy becomes king of the pirates in 15 years, we'll get a Rainbow Luffy unit. But other than that, we'll move on from there.
I have no idea.
At Not Goric asks, this is an interesting one. Do you think a purchase to help jumpstart new accounts should be offered in Treasure Cruise? I'm thinking something similar to, and I got the name right here, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Hyperdrive bundle, which unlocks a large number of characters, 65 characters, and gives the account a bunch of other resources to help get the player along. He also mentioned that the bundle was calculated at being valued between $7,000 and $8,000, which is fucking crazy.
What the fuck? Well, how much is it in game? Is it that much in game?
Probably like $100 or so in game. It's like a jump start for new accounts. You have like a week, I would guess, to buy it or whatever when you start your account.
That's not a bad idea.
I think a
honestly.
jump start, like me and I were talking pre-pod, like a jump start for Treasure Cruise characters, Treasure Cruise accounts would be great. You get like the first like 50 legends that release in the game or whatever. You get like let's say you get like almost maxed out limit break materials. You get like a bunch of support medals and a bunch of level boosters and evolvers, and I think it would genuinely be a very positive thing for initial like Treasure Cruise accounts or something along those lines too. Maybe like a select legend ticket or like bunch of them, where it's like you can pick like one of the top 5 legends in the game, so you have at least one of them, and a bunch of like extra legends and materials and such. What do you guys think though? Do you think they should add like some sort of jumpstart like bundle into the game for new accounts?
Yeah, they could definitely do that. They could do like a bundle where you get like some of the best rare recruits in the game. Like,
Yep.
what if they do like a bundle with like, Bob and Praline, Usohachi, and like other random rare recruits that are like
Yep.
considered good?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea.
I think it's a really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
You could even
Better
follow
than the rookie Sugo.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
True.
You could even follow things like the Choose Your Own Sugo Fest. You know how like they did like the 10 rare recruits for each color? Fuck it. Send those in with the bundle too. Give them like 50 or 60 rare recruits to get them started.
Mhm.
And like 5 or 6 legends that'll work. Maybe like one legend for each color, then one quote unquote rainbow style legend. So like a Luffy Sanji or a Luffy Lore or a whatever have you, or Shanks Crew or something like that, right?
Or like you just give them like 5 12-month reds or something.
Yeah, something like that. Or maybe like making like choose your owns just in case to make sure
Like
that
a choose your own strength legend, choose
Yeah.
your own dex legend.
exactly. Because then
that'd be cool.
then you could follow like someone's guide and make, oh, for the best strength out of the options, you could say, oh, pick bullet. You have a lot of variety. Out of the quick legends, pick sugar, for example, or like picks Dex legends, delete the ticket. Psi legends, pick something like that, right? So that'd be pretty neat.
Give them like 400 coins for the coin
Yeah,
shop
that's
or
a
something.
well, that fuck. I mean, like not bad, bro. Chuck some jammies
Yeah,
in there,
fuck
call it a
it.
day. Fuck it, I'm starting a new account. Hold on, bring the bundle out. It's time. We're starting fresh,
Bring the bundle, make a Korean account for the merger.
bro. It's time. Let's go. All right. At Links XX us. This is a weird question, but I brought it in for the banter. Tits or ass, don't cap. All right, one word answer from the gang. I need everyone to respond.
There's no both.
There's no both. One or the other.
Who's going first?
I'm an ass man. Next. I'll eat the cheeks.
Same.
You got cakes. I'm munching.
Yep.
Pause. Anyway.
Yeah, I gotta go with ass. Like, all right, I have to explain. To
Hit
you.
it. No, hit it.
Hang on, we have an explanation.
Let's go.
Here's my philosophy. So, when it
No.
comes to
What's going on, guys? Philosophy Nightmare here. What's going on? Come on.
Exactly. So when it comes to ass, there's so much things you can do with an ass compared to a titty. Like, titties are just like ass with like weapon upgrades. Like,
What?
because like the nipple is it's like a surprise that you want to see, but like at the end of the day, it's like just get an ass, man. It's like like
I can no.
I
got you. I can see my nipples.
See?
I can't see my ass, bro. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like yeah, I can. When I'm looking at somebody else, I'm like, "There's some cakes right there." Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I personally, I don't care about like tits. Like the girl could be like flat chested.
If you got
but if she
cakes
has, like, an
though, we
ass,
move
I'm
it.
good with that. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Todd, how you going, bud?
I guess I'll be the other one and say tits then.
He's a tits man. Let's
Just-
go.
I'll say that then. We'll keep us balanced.
Excommunicated.
Deny. is that the new Twitter poll for this week?
Oh shit! No, I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
maybe not. I'm gonna get some weirdos in the comments like, I like her personality. Man, shut up, bro. You pick, man.
Oh my god! No, get the fuck out.
Anyway, next question. At Correct Quinn asks, who will the next Super Sugo unit be? Here you go.
No manga spoilers yet.
No-
We can save this question for manga spoilers later if you want.
Sure. If we're not gonna go mango spoilers, Whitebeard and Shanks. That's my next Super Sugo unit. I
So
think
you
so.
think it's gonna be a versus Super Sugo?
I think so. I think
That'd be crazy.
I honestly think that this Whitebeard and Shanks is gonna slot perfectly into One Piece Day simultaneous release and Super Sugo. I think it all encompass would be a perfect unit to use it for that.
I agree. That would be sick.
I think obviously there's some other characters we can talk about. We'll save that towards the end. Anything else from you, gentlemen?
Maybe
Luffy
versus Katakuri.
No, shut up, Todd. That's
actually, just like an off question. Do we think the Anniversary Legends are going to be Super Sugo Fest?
No, I don't want.
Well, I
them
think
to.
it'll be a Super Sugo,
Yep.
but I don't think the Legends will be Super Sugo Legends.
I think there might be one. I think if they're going to release 3 Legends, I think there's I'm guessing, right? If they're going to release 3 or 4 Legends for Annie, I feel like there's a definite shot that one of them is like a Super Sugo unit, and then the rest of them are regular or whatever. I think it's definitely
Imagine
a
they all
chance.
are.
No, bro, that'd be so fucked.
Oh, no.
That'd be
Yeah,
so
the next
fucked.
banner.
The next banner, you
That's
have to get all of
insane.
them. They're not going to come back for 6 months. Joke's on you. Global's going to release them 4 times in a row again. So, all right. At Babby Qualls asks.
Wait. I didn't.
Hey,
answer.
shut up, Knight. Anyway, I'm
All
joking.
right.
Knight, what's up? What do you got? What do you got? Sorry,
right.
what do you got?
Next Super Sugo Fest is my girl Baby 5 happening.
Yo, no cap, I pull.
No, you
Yes,
wouldn't.
sir.
No,
Yes,
you would. No,
sir.
you wouldn't.
Baby 5's
I
goated,
swear
man.
to God, I would.
All right, we're gonna.
Baby 5's so fucking cool.
All right,
Hey, look, Bandai do a good job at making the really obscure characters have good effects.
that's what I'm saying. H, hold on. I'm
Yeah.
in Baby 5 camp. Let's go. Her versus. Is she gonna be a versus unit with herself? Her versus
I
really.
can see-
Bro.
They're gonna
I can
do.
see,
They're
like,
gonna do some Dokkan shit. First transforming character.
Yo.
Bruh.
Bro, they're
I
gonna
can-
bring.
I can definitely- like if they did a Baby 5 Legend, I feel like it'd be similar to Frankie, where like depending on the class of the unit, they do something different.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be similar to V2 Gear 4. The amount of colored slots you consume determines how big the gun is.
How big the
Ooh.
tool is.
How big, bro? They didn't even talk about her yonkies right there, bud. Transforming yonkers. I'm a tits man now. Hold on. All right. At correct. No, never mind. Correct. Can we answer your question, you jabroni? At Babby Qualls asks. Here's another interesting one. We've talked about it about a billion times, but we're bringing it back. Thoughts on removing the competition aspect from Treasure Map and making it a solo farming event similar to Kizuna. Leave the point rewards as incentive. Point boosters from TM Sugo become drop boosters for extra tablets, mats, and tickets, and occasionally make one competitive for events.
I don't know about that.
I don't think it works. I think if you're going to look at it from a player's perspective, obviously it's a good idea because there's no incentive to pull really. You can farm Treasure Map whenever you want. There's no like incentive there. But if you're talking about from a business perspective, I guarantee you the cumulative amount that Treasure Map brings in alone in terms of revenue is probably more than like 50 or 60% of just regular Sugo Fest legends that appear in like Sugo Fest debut banners. Because people will consistently pull on Treasure Map banners, but not pull on debut banners.
Yep.
Yeah,
true.
and I also think like a motivation thing would come into it because like with the ranking, you're like, oh yeah, I have to play or I'm gonna get kicked out.
Yeah.
But then if you make it a solo thing, like I'm not I'm not playing it.
Exactly, and then you'll still complain about limit break mats, even though it's in your own hands to
Exactly.
farm them, right?
Like dude, like if we get to that point, like I mean, I'd probably still get to 7 mil, but like they were like I would definitely have thoughts of like just getting to 1 mil and stop if it was like no competition.
I guess then that, like, I mean, like, I think it does come back all the way back to Todd's suggestion from like a year ago, almost probably, where it's just like, have TMV be available 24/7, but have
Make
a
the
ranking
first 3
event as
days
well.
a ranking.
Exactly. Like, do what they were meant to do for the Kaido versus Big Mom Blitz. 7-day event, but 3 days of it is Blitz is competitive ranking, and then the other 4 days is just farming for like Trouble missions and such. So like, you know, you could do that with Treasure Map. Have it a week long, 4 days of it being the actual event, and then, you know, 4 days, let's say, or 3 days is just extra farming to get up to 7 mil points or whatever the point rewards were. If you missed out on the ranking event itself. So you lose out on the incentive of ranking rewards, but you also have the time to finish off the point rewards and get everything. Simple. It's going to be the same answer every time from us if people ask us Treasure Map questions.
Yeah.
At Straw Hat Goose, shout out Goose Man. He asks,
Oh no.
would you rather have a legend with a busted captain ability and a shit special, or a legend with a shit captain ability but a busted special?
Shit
The
captain
second
busted
one.
special.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's I mean, like, you can always use a legend in you can always use a legend in a crew. It's always going to be a good, if it's a good sub, you're always in.
I mean, yeah, you just use Roger Captain and then whatever shit captain, amazing
Exactly,
special
bro.
unit, and there you go, you're done.
You already
Sorted,
said
'cause
you can probably just bang out everything real quick.
Easy question.
Easy, that's easy money. All right, at Jesse Roberts asks, what will make you quit? I mean, if OPTC does this thing or whatever, that will make you say, nah, I'm out. Is there anything that'll push you to the brink of quitting?
Lack of content.
I think if the game just stops releasing content, or like really starts treating the player base like horribly. Like right now it's pretty bad, but it's not to the point where it's like irredeemable. But if this was maintained for like 12 months, I'd probably be fuck that. I'd be out.
Yeah, more shafts, yeah.
For me, I probably personally would never quit, but like for example, like if it continued how it is now for like a year or so, I would probably just stop spending money on the game.
I'd probably just play every so often. I wouldn't be at like we wouldn't be playing.
Yeah,
every
I would
day
just
kind
like
of
log
deal.
in, like do something, get off.
Yeah. Night.
Yeah. Would you ever quit?
No, Knight's
your treasure map runs.
Knight's gonna never quit.
I'm playing Treasure Map right now.
That's what I was about to say.
As we're speaking,
he's sweating.
As a dev, if you guys stop paying me, then I'm gonna shut down the servers and make you all quit.
But then as regular,
I don't think as a player, I don't think I can quit, man.
Yo, he's wrapped. He's strapped in for life. I'm kind of. You need help.
I mean,
you need
I
help.
have my reasons. No, I'm fine. I'm just depressed. Wait,
Bro,
what?
All right, I'll talk to you after the pod. We got a show to do, man. Come on. At very grim mood asks, do you think versus units are going to be the next dual units in terms of future colos, raids, rare recruits being versus units?
No. I hope not. No.
I agree. I think dual units is fine, but I think if you're going to really start releasing free-to-play units that are versus units, bro, those units will be better than like most legends. I mean, and a lot of it, the time free-to-play units already are better than most legends, but versus units are so broken, like it's not even like okay. Having them be free-to-play as well, absolutely not.
Unless they do like one off-shot like character that's like free to play, they're like super busted, but they only do it like once or twice. Like I'll be fine with that, but like
during anniversary,
you're like doing
if during Annie they're like
I don't know,
like if during Annie they're like free to play like Kizuna versus unit or whatever, like that could be pretty cool. But I mean, if they did it as like
start making like those bootleg versus units, like they do the bootleg dual units.
The ones that's two characters in the image but no swap. Crazy, bro.
It like it has like the versus symbol, but they don't have like a versus effect.
Bro, that's such an effort. That's so much more effort. I can see it. I don't know. We'll see. I hope not, though. I agree with Knight. I hope not. Like bro, versus units right now are so like every time a Versa unit comes out, it's the milestone. You have to pull on it. You know what I mean? Kind of Big Mom, Ace Akainu. Like, both these units are obscenely fantastic. If they're gonna start making Versus units similar to dual units, I mean, dual units we don't even give a fuck about anymore. Like, so don't ruin Versus units just yet. Give them a little bit more time in the sun. All right. At A Chokala, they ask, just watch Toadskii's video about Japan version 11 update. With the removal of the friend ranking events, do you think we'll see more of do you think we'll see any more events related to cost?
Yeah, I mean, there's some that released that weren't related to friend rankings.
Yeah. I think I think this question actually ties in really well with what Knight said could be the potential way for bounties to be increased. Where, like, you know, and I think obviously Todd and Flame and everyone was like jumping on that too. Like, how you can have a Chopman mission that's like, you have to clear this quest with, you know, 40 cost or less units and then you get bounty now. Or, you know, like, I reckon they could really incorporate this back in again with the new bounty system for sure. It's a really cool, it's a more unique way to clear content, right? It makes you think a little bit more about the teams you're bringing and the content you're playing and such. So just bring Legend Sugar for 40 costs and under. Simple. Exactly. Done. All right. Turrican asks, are there any upcoming or announced games recently that each of you are excited for, or maybe you're hoping gets announced? He said, or they said, sorry, I'm hoping to hear more about Pokemon Arceus and Starfield. Any games you guys looking forward to in the future?
For me, an upcoming game would be Resident Evil 8. It's coming out in like 3 weeks.
Oh, all right.
And an announced game would be the new God of War.
Nice. Solid. Todd, Knight?
Yeah, definitely Resident Evil 8. Looking forward to playing that. And the Pokemon Diamond Pearl remakes, Pokemon Arceus for sure.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
But outside of that, I can't think of anything. I'm like, yeah, I really want to play that game. Or I can't really think of one. So yeah, just those two at the moment.
I'm in the same boat as Todd. I'm looking forward to way more info on Pokemon Arceus. Yeah. Like, it's just, that game is legit. It just looks so fucking cool. I'm just really keen to see like where they take it. So it'd be really cool to see more information there. Nightmare?
For me, same with Arceus. That's the game I'm really looking forward to, but that's like coming out in, what is it, 2022?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
So we have
first
a while for that. And then we have like Star Wars Hunters that's like coming on the Switch or something. Like, I don't know. Seems kind of cool. And then I'm waiting for the new Lego Star Wars the game to get out of development hell. So we'll see.
Hey, bro,
when that
Lego
finally
games
comes
are
out.
fucking sick. So you know that game's gonna be good anyway. I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Another one I'm looking forward to is One Piece Treasure Cruise 2.
Yo, hey, don't leak that
yes,
shit, man.
sir.
Relax, bro.
Let's go.
Wait, I'm the dev. I'm supposed to say that.
Bruh.
Todd, how did you find out?
Did Nick tell you?
Actually, you know what I'm kind of keen about is that to see how that Chinese, I think it's that Chinese One Piece game goes.
Fighting Path.
That Fighting Path game. Because supposedly we're not gonna be able to play that shit. Because you need like a fucking phone number or some shit like that, Chinese phone number or something like that to actually play it.
And it's an officially licensed Toei game
Yeah,
as well.
so like I'm really keen to see what happens there. We might this might turn into the One Piece Fighting Path podcast later on. You never know.
When you said Chinese, I thought you were gonna say the Sun Wukong game. I think it's by a Chinese development team.
That game looks fucking nutty as well, bro.
Yeah, that looks dope. It looks like a Soulsborne type of game.
Yeah,
looks great.
So we'll see with that too.
Oh yeah. Games looking forward to fucking Elden Ring when that finally gets in.
Whenever we get it.
Bro, 30 years from now, maybe. Hold on.
Exactly.
All right. At Platinum Wolf 99 asks, I absolutely love the podcast, especially since I don't have an actual outlet to discuss the games. This really helps. Would you guys ever do a GGP extra where you guys discuss who you guys think would win in a fight using random characters from One Piece? I don't see why not. You could do that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
like a versus type of thing.
yeah, we could do that. I mean, the tier list maker website has like a bracket kind of thing. We could definitely do like a One Piece fighting bracket and pick like the character that would win the fight between two of them and come out with an overall
yeah.
victor. I will give some behind the scenes right now with GGP. We aren't really looking at doing extras at the moment. I don't know. We're kind of like smooth sailing with the podcast as is. But I think when we get a bit, at least when I personally get a bit more free time, I think we'll definitely have a longer discussion between us about hopping into some GGP extras and recording some extra kind of content, or maybe even starting a new project or whatever. But that comes with time. I think the podcast for us at the moment is the main shoot. So I mean, all that stuff is, we'll see what happens in terms of schedules and such as well. But, you know, keep your eyes out. You never know when these videos might come around. At Stuff Coup asks, thoughts on a once-a-year Lucky Friend unit trade system? Something similar to the Lucky Friend system in Pokemon Go. Makes the next trade guarantee decent stats. Could be amazing. Could be something tied in with login bonus. After 365 days, you get a trade.
When
No.
you literally said
Like-
the word, when you said the
Yeah.
word unit trade, I physically rolled my eyes.
I know. That's why I put this question in. That's exactly why I put this question in. Because I'm gonna kick it to you all real quick. We're not getting a trading system. We're never getting a trading system. It's never fucking coming to the game. Stop asking about it. It's just not happening. That's plain and simple of it. It would
We're never
literally
gonna do a trade system in Gacha.
it would literally break the game. No matter what kind of way you think would incorporate and be better with it, it will not happen. You've seen discussion, people saying pirate level, you can get to pirate level 6, 7, 800 in a couple days if you wanted to. You could buy an account that has 1900 gems on it right now, and it's already level 600 to start off with, has your 365-day login, and you could just pull on that account, get the new legend, transfer it to your account. There's no way you could incorporate a trading system that would be beneficial for both the company Bandai and for the player base. People also said, what about a trading system between alliances? The alliances are gonna be full of fat ass whales anyway. Like, or I'm gonna trade Rai, his 16th dupe copy of Sengoku. Like, absolutely not. Like, it's just not gonna happen. The trading system's not gonna happen. Stop thinking they're gonna happen. I'll keep asking us questions though, but don't ask about trading systems. Herlos, he asks, will there ever be a free-to-play legend like in Dokkan? Yeah, it's the
I feel like
it's the Celestial
the
Dragons.
versus unit.
Dude, yuck! Shut up, man! Don't say that.
Yeah, I mean you're kind of right.
You just go farm, go pull for the Celestial Dragon units, man.
I mean, like, there's already a bunch of like good units in the game. Why does it have to specifically be a 6-star unit, right? Like, there's already a bunch of good
yeah,
units in the game.
we got like
Doesn't need to be a
Lucy.
legend.
No.
We got, like, yeah, Lucy's free to play. Oh, yeah, there you go. Lucy's free to play right now. Hold on, so you're not wrong there, dude. I don't know. Like, I don't see it happening in Treasure. I mean, it could. Treasure Cruise right now is kind of going down the Dokkan path. So like, there's definitely a shot that this could be a thing. Will it happen though? Like, I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't
see it
know.
happening.
We're like 7 years deep.
The game's only
feel
just
like
getting
if-
this stuff, bro. So like, yeah. Go Knight.
No, you're all good.
No, hit
I was
it.
just gonna say, if they were gonna make like a free to play versus unit, they could do that as the legend.
Yeah,
like the
I mean, like-
free to play legend or something.
They could. I mean, like, for sure. But I think like it's kind of similar to what Todd said in a sense. Like, I would just rather have a really good free to play unit. Like the fact that
definitely.
the fact that there is 6-star doesn't, like, we have free to play units. If you're gonna say 6-star, we have free to play units that have higher cost than some legends. You know,
Right.
so like them being a legend doesn't really make much of a difference at all. Like, I don't know. I just don't see it mattering too much if it's a red poster or if it's a 6-star unit or not. Just make the unit good and then everyone's going to be happy with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
At iBlasterX asks, with the announcement of Pirate Alliance, what type of new co-op events do you guys think we could now be seeing in OPTC excluding TM, Blitz, and Kizuna?
We kind of touched up on
Yes,
that.
we
during
did. I think
the
we're gonna
podcast, yeah.
we'll get some sort of like
We can do
exclusive.
death battle.
Yeah, hold on. There you go. We can do something like that. I think we'll get some like Pirate Alliance ranking event type deal, which is just a blitz, but it's Pirate Alliance type thing. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping they have something kind of stored up in the cranium there. At Richie Jarius asks, if you guys could make your ideal unit, what would their captain and special be? P.S. Susan is thick with 3 C's. Knight knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir, my boy.
There you go. All right, lads. Ideal unit. Let's all come up with one concept and combine it all together. All right,
Jeez, this is gonna be a
Todd,
mess.
you do the captain ability. Flame,
Okay.
you do the special ability. I'll do the sailor ability. Knight, you do the versus ability. There you go.
All right.
Well,
we
who's
doing
the
a-
unit?
Hey, pick it. Someone's name a versus unit.
Baby 5.
Baby 5
Baby
versus
five.
versus who?
All right.
There's a versus unit. Oh no, do not fuck it. Baby 5 legend. That's our unit. I'll come with the
All right.
sailor. Knight come up with something else.
All right, Captain
All right.
Effect, Baby 5. She's a strength shooter slasher.
Nice.
She boosts the attack of fighter, shooter, slasher, striker characters by 4.5 times,
Nice.
and they're reduced damage taken by 20%.
Yep.
And for every perfect you hit, deal an additional 100,000 fixed damage to all enemies at the end of the turn.
Fuck. She's pretty good. Hold on. This is a good ass unit.
And then also make badly matching slots count as matching.
Banging. Flame, what's
Ooh.
Baby 5
Well,
special?
what was the classes?
Fighter, shooter, slasher, striker.
That's what she boosts. And she's
The,
a
the
Alright,
four main
so-
classes.
she's a shooter slasher unit.
Yeah.
All right, so special ability, she's gonna be a 2.5
Yo,
attack booster for those 2 classes.
let's go.
She's going to treat bomb orbs as beneficial.
Nice.
Oh, for her
She's
bomb.
also going to put the perfect locked on them.
Hey,
Ooh.
that's pretty cool, but she doesn't make them not do damage to you. So if you hit a perfect, you're still taking hits.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, fucking make them super bombs.
Yo.
Super bomb slots. Yeah, I rate that. So 2.5 times attack boost to those classes. She's gonna give you a full. She makes bomb orbs beneficial, and then when you use her special, she locks the orbs with the perfect lock.
Yep.
Her sailor ability is. Her sailor ability at least will be every time you use a special, she reduces her own special by 3 turns.
Oh,
And then
Ooh.
Knight, she's a super type unit now. What's her super type ability? And
All
what's
right,
the
super
condition?
type ability. If Knight's playing the game, just win.
All right, then what if the
But
rest of
if
us?
anyone-
What if the rest of
if
us are
anyone
playing
else-
the game?
If anyone else is playing, you guys, I don't know. You get
what's the
some buff,
condition?
I guess.
What's the
Yeah, what's
condition?
what's
The
the
condition is
you need
you have
need
to have,
buffalo. You need just buffalo.
no, not buffalo.
Buffalo and Donsai.
Yeah, you need buffalo and
Oh,
bonsai
yes,
in the
sir.
crew.
Either buffalo Donsai, or you have to
Hit
have a
certain
weapon
amount of perfects,
in
maybe?
your
You have to
arm.
have. You have to.
Have a
Yeah,
weapon.
the unit art has to
Blackbeard-
have a
Blackbeard's,
weapon.
dual gun.
Yeah, you have to
Sir.
have Blackbeard's gun or Sanji's leg. And then yeah, all right. So Knight wins.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
You
Yeah,
should
yeah,
make
pretty much.
the super type should make her switch all orbs, including block into bomb orbs.
Super bomb. Super bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
super bomb.
There you go. She's basically
Yeah,
just
super Wano bomb orbs.
Super
oh,
Wano bomb orbs with the perfect
shit.
lock.
with the perfect lock is over, bro. It's over.
GG.
This is the best unit in the game. Bandai hire us.
No,
dude.
actually, she can have torpedo orbs.
Yo!
because you turn into a fucking
Bro.
torpedo.
No, and then when you use
Turn bomb orbs
so-
into torpedoes.
yeah, no, but it locks the orb
What if
right,
like torpedo
hits
orbs are,
them.
like, guaranteed crit if you hit a perfect? Or
and it hits
something?
the torpedo fires at the end of the turn and does damage equivalent to
Yeah,
like
AoE.
15% of the damage you
Ooh.
did. And it's bro. So if you hit a perfect, you lose the torpedo orb, but it hits the enemy for like 15% of the damage you did in that turn. So if you did like 100 mil,
Bro, that was
if you did 100
Oh,
mil,
shit.
now you're doing 15 mil damage at the end of the turn, bro. It's fucking over.
just hit him with 6 torpedoes.
Hey, that's the best unit in the
God.
game right there. There you go. Legend, super type, strength legend, baby 5 coming soon. These questions coming in from YouTube. At Paco Rodriguez Perez, he asked, I heard one of you likes the Binding of Isaac a lot. What's your opinion on the new Binding of Isaac Repentance? I think Repentance is fantastic. I think Flame, you also mentioned Isaac as well. But
Yeah, I really like Binding Isaac. Did the new DLC come out?
yes, Repentance. It came out on the 31st of March. Repentance is literally, it's just like they added so much content to the game. It made the game so much better, rebalanced, a lot of art, a lot of new reskins for enemies and for playable characters. And you know what, Repentance is fantastic. It's basically a whole new game in one, plus some as well. I don't want to spoil too much for Flame, but I love it. I think they did really well with the Repentance release.
That's what it is. So it's out on PC, but on consoles
console
it comes
not
out
yet,
third
yeah.
quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I have to wait for.
Yeah, but Repentance is I feel like Edmund McMillan did it right. Repentance is genuinely a really good release, and I'm like, it's fucking hard though. It is really hard, but it's like it's very fun, very rewarding. From Wonka Flame, what's up, Flame? Wonka fella,
That's
he
my
asked.
burner.
That's your burner. Can you asking this question? Hey guys, love the podcast. Keeps me laughing in between seeing Patience, Monka S. Especially when Knight is dropping bombs like a fatality. There you go. What's up, Knight?
Super Wano bomb orbs.
Yeah, Super Wano bomb torpedo orbs. Come on, man. Super Wano's torpedo orbs. So if you could be a character from Mortal Kombat, who would it be and why? Here you go.
Raiden.
You guys into the Mortal Kombat ting?
Raiden, because I like electricity.
All right, we got Raiden over there. Mortal Kombat characters. I gotta look them up.
I'd probably be Smoke.
Why is the second thing you look up in Google Mortal Kombat characters female? Come on, guys.
Let's go.
Because that's what Nitemare was looking at.
Too many times.
Exactly.
The absolute demon.
I'll be Liu Kang. Fucking man, this guy looks sick.
Oh hell yeah,
bro. You got the nunchucks, bro. He'll fuck you up. Not gonna be Johnny Cage. On God. I already know.
Oh yeah,
no, it's gonna be Goro.
Cassie Cage.
That's gonna be Goro. A demon, bro. A fucking monster. You know, he'd be Reptile.
I like reptiles, so
yeah, now likes reptiles. That'd be a good one.
There you go. Not gonna be Reptile. Sick. All right, that's our Mortal Kombat characters. Hanging.
Beautiful.
The Phoenix 07.
Yo, this guy's called Nightwolf? What the hell? That sounds cool.
No, you already picked Reptile. Too late. Too late.
I'm Reptile, man.
All right, the Phoenix.
This guy's a demon.
That's actually a demonic human being. The Phoenix 07 asks, I have two questions. What are the possibilities Stump becomes a more active or permanent member of the podcast? The last podcast was Pure Flames, and the synergy everyone has together is on point. Second question, would you like a color-based super type requirement? Currently, most are dependent on bringing a certain character. But what if it was more like having to bring half the team as a certain color to activate the super type special?
All right. Kind of like Moria.
Yeah. First part of the question, I don't think anyone's opposed to having Stump appear more often. I think Stump was a really fun guest
Except
to have.
Flame. He said he didn't like him.
Yeah, Flame specifically specifically after the podcast, Flame
talking that trash.
Flame messaged me and he said Stump is a weenie. So it's gonna be hard to get him on as a permanent member. Permanent member wise, I think at the moment we're happy with the core we have. I don't know, maybe in time we'll see something else, but I think the podcast is going well. But I don't think that there's any reason we won't have Stump appear on again as a guest for sure. So expect to see Stump on in the future. Second part of the question there, color-based super type requirement. Do you guys think we should see that more often, or do you think you're happy with where it's popping up, or what do you guys think?
I mean, that's decent. I'll be down for that.
I think it's just another way to just do the requirements. I don't see why not. Would have them pop up more often at least.
Because as I said, Super Type Moria requires your team to have a full team of powerhouse or driven units.
Yeah.
So, that's sort of similar. That's
a
very easy condition to fulfill. So I'd be down for it.
Yeah, like three or more strength characters, and then you get like a strength super type. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah,
Something like that.
easy.
Yeah, sweet.
Especially for like characters like maybe even like Baby 5, for example, like characters where they wouldn't have like many good units to put on their team.
You could.
So something like that would be
No,
good.
you're saying Buffalo isn't good? Come on, dog.
Yeah, well, or even like Halloween Shanks, right? Because like Halloween Shanks, like his condition like sucks,
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
and his super type
This
special
is
isn't even that
easy.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, take that, Stump. Halloween Shanks
Yeah, hold on,
fucking
yeah,
sucks.
fuck Stump. Fuck Halloween Shanks.
Shout out Wolfie.
Shout out Wolfie, man.
John Malkovich.
Yeah, John Malkovich. Monkey D.
Bro.
That's the best joke. Monkey D. Gaster. They ask 2 questions as well. You guys asked so many questions now. Hold on. Are we allowing 2 questions? Anyway, are there any legends you like that a lot of people don't like? Flame, we all know your answer.
Yeah, I mean, I answer this every
Every
podcast.
podcast. I actually really like this, like Smoker, although I still don't really use him much because I'm a pleb that doesn't make his own teams. Yeah, I feel that. Any legends you guys like that are disliked by a lot of people? Flame Pudding, next person.
I like Nami Robin and Sweet Commanders, but people hate them.
Ooh, Sweet Commanders.
Version 1 category. I know not a lot of people really use him. I mean, some people probably like him, but I use him a fair amount. And I like super type category too.
Yeah, and then on a
Ew.
non-meme note, I also like using Onami.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I feel that.
that's pretty cool.
Yes.
She's annoying to use, but yeah, if you like using her, that's dope.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I don't know, like Legend Kid for me. I think it's pretty rad still.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice.
Who?
Legend
Nah.
Kid. All right, nailed me. And then now that Asian guy has released a video talking about why he quit OPTC, are there any ex-community members you guys miss?
Thanklol.
Thanglol. Yeah, that's pretty true. And there's probably like there's a lot of niche members for me, like that are just part of like Discord communities and stuff. But in terms
And
of
Lord.
like, and rest in peace, and Lord. Shout out my guy.
Oh,
Shout
I
out
got a good one.
Here you go.
Annoying Dofi.
Oh,
Yo,
Oh,
true.
that's a
Go.
throwback.
That's
That
such
was
a
a dope.
throwback, dude. Dude, I miss Boris. Where's Boris going? Bring back Boris, man.
Yeah, for
where's
me,
Go-
it's like people I've met like through Discord and stuff
Yeah.
and talked to like at the beginning of like my channel, and then they just all disappear. It was kind of sad. And then like people that actually know, like Alex Kim, he was the goat.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Alex
yeah.
Kim was a crazy
True.
Yo,
team
Alex
builder.
Kim's the goat.
Crazy team builder.
Spaceman.
Spaceman,
Oh, yeah,
yo, Spaceman
Spaceman.
was sick too. Spaceman's vids were rad, dude.
Yeah, dude.
There you go.
I mean, what's Shattered Fortress up to?
He's still playing.
Okay.
No, he hasn't logged in like
Oh
90
really?
days.
He's out
Yeah, I think he's done so.
for the second time.
Yeah, second time's his try.
That's it.
Maybe he'll come back third time.
Yeah, new account, Korean merger, play global. Dude, that'd be kind of crazy. Come pop it in global. I miss
we
Joy.
need-
I miss Joy Boy.
Oh, yeah.
QTR Joy Boy. Rest in peace.
All right. Oh, Razor.
Yeah, I miss. Actually, I do miss
Yeah,
Razor.
Razor.
Razor was fucking sick. That was the first guy to like. I remember when he used the crab on the team. Everyone was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" My,
Oh, yeah,
my,
Mr. Crab. Yeah, that was goated.
my man had fucking frame data, bro. He knew the crab was quicker to hit with, so it made shit clear faster. What a lad. All right. CS wins. They ask, hey guys, as always, love the content. To avoid spoilers, all I will say is that I can't wait to see the characters and art that comes from chapter 1010. For some OPTC questions, do you think there will ever be a merger between global and JP versions? For Legends, typically I keep 3. What the hell? For Legends, I typically keep 3 copies, 1 unevolved, 1 to use, and 1 to save for possible 6+. Is this an optimal way to do it? And is it better to Rainbow Legends with dupes or tablets? I find my raid point totals are struggling after getting scrolls every month. As always, Cody in Canada. Thank you, Cody. All right, first part of the question. Do you think there will ever be a merge between Global and JP? No.
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 It's a pretty big effort for them to do that.
I mean, they had to cuck 4 months of content for global. Imagine how much content they have to ruin for both versions of the game to
Right.
merge between that, and how long that would take. Take them fucking 30 years. So no on that one.
I mean, plus they just released all the Neo units that Global just had, and they buffed them so they're different. So unless if Global gets those buffs as well, I wouldn't be expecting anything. And plus, yeah, the amount of content that have to like freaking like world record speed run to release the Global.
Hey, you want TM every week? You want TM Sugars every week?
Bruh.
I mean, they could do it over time. They just got to make it so that like, Global gets stuff a week early, Japan gets stuff delayed a week, and they could catch us up eventually. But man, like, it'd be brutal for sure.
It'd be a lot of content in a really short period of time, like very
Yeah.
quickly as well.
And then Knight and all of us guys could be on the same alliance.
Yo,
Or if he lets us in.
Nah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to. Nah.
Yeah.
You guys aren't copying my homework.
and then all right. So second part for legends, typically I keep 3 copies, one unevolved, one to use, one to save for 6+. Is it the optimal way to do it? I don't think it matters anymore, really.
Yeah,
I think-
it's whatever.
Yeah.
I
I
still
think-
do that.
I think
I feel like that's fine.
yeah, I think at minimum you keep 1 unevolved copy and then 1 copy that you're using. I think currently with 6+ being just a straight upgrade, you don't really need to save for a 6+ like side grade type deal. But I mean, if you have the means to keep 3 copies on hand, then by all means, like, you know, no one's stopping you.
Yeah, exactly.
And is it
I feel
better?
like-
Oh, go sorry, Knight.
Oh no, you're all good. I was just gonna say, like that third copy might be kind of cool. Like if we just want to like fuck around, do some kind of cool shit with
Yeah.
like some unevolved captain type deal.
Yeah, if you want
You
to like
could do that.
Yeah, exactly. 100% agree. You know, it's always nice to have at least an unevolved and then a like the unit that you use just in case, you know.
Mhm.
And is it better to rainbow legends with dupes or tablets? What do you guys think?
Either or.
mean,
like,
for
he-
me,
he-
I always do my new legends with tabs, and I do all my old legends with all the dupes I pull.
I'm in the same boat pretty much, more or less.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
depends on how badly you want to rainbow them. Like
Yeah.
if you like do a bunch of pulls and you pull like some dupes of legends, like if that's a legend you use a lot, then like yeah, you know, feed the dupes or whatever. But if it's a character you're never going to use, then you know, get some Rayleigh points back, you know.
I like for me it doesn't matter really. Like I think like I've always held this idea with treasure cruise that at the end of the day, like everything will be farmed, everything will be rainbowed, everything will be limit broken, you know, just over time it eventually will like the law of large numbers says that over time everything will be rainbowed, right? They will like the odds will always be you eventually pull 12 copies of a legend in some span in a span of time to rainbow a legend. So I don't think you ever have to rush. But with what Flame said, but then to a different extent, if like for example like the anniversary legends, you know, I rainbowed Luffy Sanji, but then I left Sweet Commanders and Germa just as they are because for me it just didn't really matter too much. So like my kind of opinion is like for legends I want a rainbow, similar to what Todd said. I use tablets, but then otherwise I'll just feed them dupes after I keep at least a 5-star copy and then just feed dupes of whatever I get. And then eventually over time they'll be rainbowed. Knight?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, same deal.
Yeah, I'm with the same mindset as that. Yeah.
Cool. And then final question from Brandon Ben. With Global not expecting any more Team Kizunas anymore and not expecting the boxes for Team Kizuna exchange to be any better, how should we be saving / spending our Kizuna potions? This is a good question. What do you guys think about Kizuna potion usage now? With the lack of Team Kizuna
It
as
really-
such.
It really depends on what type of player you are, because like if you're the type of person that, like buys those sales when they come out, like you're gonna have a lot. So
Yeah.
you can kind of use them how you want. But I know for a lot of other people they don't have access to that. So it all comes down to like honestly, the way you should probably do it is like play as much as you possibly can. And if you're getting towards the end of the event and you haven't completed it yet,
Mhm.
and then use a couple potions and go from there.
Yep.
Like you shouldn't use them straight away if you don't need to.
I'm exact same boat. I think at minute, so for example, with these 5-day Kizunas, we get 2 potions at the start and then 1 potion every other day. So what does that total to? Like 6 potions total. So like generally I'll do what Todd just mentioned. I'll just play without spending any potions, and then if it gets to like the last 2 days and I haven't got like all like up to box 7 by that time from just like playing it natural stam, I'll pop like 4 or 5 potions or a few potions at minimum, just so at the end of the event, I'm still in profit in terms of how many potions I've received over the event. So I'm not
Yeah.
spending more than I'm getting, you know? That's just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How are they still doing the same kind of distribution on JP where it's like 1 potion every day for Kizuna? Or have they like changed that up, or is it different on JP?
That's different.
Yeah.
Like we get like 3 at the beginning, and then that's it.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Weird.
kind of lame.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess still work.
Yeah,
Like, if you don't ever put
All
yourself,
right.
don't
Do I
ever
have to bring out the tweets?
don't ever put yourself in that position ever again, Todd. I think get like the potions that they give you, at least for global and probably for JP as well. Like the potions they give you are enough to finish farming that event easily. I feel like at least more or less getting enough tickets to get through, unless you're super unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think each
Yeah.
potion will give you like 60 or 70 tokens. So if you're using like 6 potions, what's that? Like 400 things, that's like 20 runs. Actually, never mind. Probably not enough. But then Nat Stam as well. You get to like level 30 with using 5 or 6 potions. Level 30, level 40. So you would hope that at least there'd be a chance there to max things out with just the potions they give you alone.
Yeah, and you can always do like assists, like
Exactly,
every 15
bro.
minutes to
Assists are very underrated in terms of actually accumulating a lot of tickets as well. So, all right, I think
we can go into manga spoilers for this last question because there was a question earlier, so I tagged it down.
You already got it.
All right, so yeah, manga spoilers, just in case if you guys don't want to hear that. So
yeah,
thank you so
manga
much for watching.
spoilers. Manga spoilers. I'm gonna have a little thing up on screen now, and just for the audio analysts, we're going into manga spoilers, and then the rest of the pod. So if you are done with this is the end of the Q&A section before manga spoilers. If you enjoyed the episode, like, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. Anyway, manga spoiler time.
All right, so going back to the other question we had earlier about who will the next Super Sugo Fest unit be, and then so with manga spoilers now in mind, who do you think, or just not even about the next, but as a Super Sugo Fest in general?
We also had the other question of the versus crew legend. I think Flame said he had a manga spoiler one for that too. So
oh yeah.
So
yeah. Well, what's that, Flame?
What were you gonna say for that one, Flame?
So it wasn't like a crew versus crew, but I did one like the Scabbards versus like Kaido.
Yeah, I think
that would be pretty sick.
Definitely, I'd be kind of annoyed there'd be another versus Kaido, but at the same time, if versus units continue to hold that quality, then I don't see why not.
Kind of makes
sense. I mean, with Kaido, I'm sure we're gonna get like 2 or 3 more legends of him.
Unfortunately,
let's go, my boy.
Kaido's a beast, man.
Oh yeah. All right, then for the Super Sugo, any manga spoiler kind of related units that you guys think would be a Super Sugo?
Luffy versus Kaido would still just that would be crazy, or even Zoro versus Kaido.
I feel like since Yamato is really popular on the polls,
definitely she's definitely gonna get one.
I mean, she's gonna get a legend, no doubt, but I think a Super Sugo Yamato could fucking go insane as well. Like, it could genuinely go kind of crazy, but
yeah, that or like definitely a rooftop legend.
I was gonna say, like, there's definitely a shout for having the versus crew legend for the rooftop, like Kaido Big Mom versus like the 4 worst gen dudes. So like, you could definitely see. Is it 4? No, it's like 5. Whatever.
5.
Yeah, 5. But like, you could definitely see that. But like, again, like the whole like current situation with where the manga's at, there's so many potential units they could pop for legends as well. Like so easily, like too. You could have an anniversary that was like 7 legends and all the rooftop characters being that.
You have a dual unit of like Zoro and Killer or something. That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Or you know what you could do? You could do like Killer and Kid versus Big Mom.
That would, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you could do kind of like, you know, a Zoro standalone, and then you could do like Law and Luffy versus Kaido.
I mean, yeah, I think Zoro standalone, like with what we saw, that would
him taking the fucking hit, like, come on, bro, like, there's no way.
I don't know about Super Sugo, but I forgot about the Sulong boys.
True, yeah. Everyone's like, oh yeah, wait, it was 6+ Neko Inu. Keep dreaming, bud.
Yeah, like that's happening.
I could see them doing a Sulong, a bunch of like another like a rehash of like Zo, but like Sulong form type deals. They could easily.
Yeah,
do
that'd be
that.
kind of crazy.
I could
I would
see
be
that.
down for that.
I think this whole like third act of Wano could produce a lot of characters, like a lot. I mean, obviously it will, but
We're missing the big one though. Whitebeard versus Roger.
do you think
Oh,
that they're
yeah.
gonna do like? Do you really think they're gonna do that?
Oh, I think they will at some point.
I think maybe New Year's this year could be the biggest shout.
Yeah, I agree. That would make the most sense.
I think
feel.
if they're gonna follow suit, and at the end of every year they're gonna do like a simultaneous campaign, or like I mean, heck, even a Roger, right? They could potentially do that. I could see it for sure.
We're gonna get the God Unit fucking Prime Garp and Roger versus the Rock
Dude.
Pirates.
Oh god, I need that.
Rex is just like a shadow.
I need Prime. I need Prime Garp in my life. I need Prime Garp in my life.
Yeah, Prime Garp. That's not Ambush Garp.
You could do. Imagine like a
Yo, Ambush Garp's goated, man.
you could even do like you could potentially do like a Kaido. Sorry, not a Kaido. A Garp versus a Kainu kind of deal. You could argue it for like the Marineford situation too.
Would you want a Prime Garp versus Roger type of legend?
100%.
That would be insane.
Anything Prime Garp is Pog, in my opinion. Anything Prime Garp is Pog.
Yeah, Prime Garp and Goku versus Shiki. That'd be crazy.
Yo, that's fucking tight. That's a good shout, dude. I'd be in for that. All right.
Yeah.
Does that about wrap us up?
I think that about does it.
And now for
Yep.
the real
Yeah, I
end
think
of the
so.
GGP podcast, after our spoiler section there. As always, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Good Great Perfect. That first link in the description there will take us to our Linktree link. That is linktr.ee/Good Great Perfect. There you can find all of our social media platforms, and then also all of our audio-only platforms and YouTube as well. Our social media platforms being Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Our GGP podcast, both those platforms there. Make sure you go subscribe to us on YouTube. Good Great Perfect. If you're here right now and that button is still red, hit that button right now. Get us that. We're aiming, once again, we're gonna reiterate, we're aiming for that 2,000 subs by episode 50, which would be about the anniversary actually of our 2-year anniversary of GGP. So make sure we're trying to hit 2K before the 2-year Anni for GGP there. And our audio-only platforms, as per usual, anchor.fm/Good Great Perfect, plus a plethora of other audio platforms, the main ones being Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. As always, if you like us as individuals, all of our social media links will be down below. Make sure you go follow everyone, go subscribe to everyone, go do all that kind of fun stuff down there. Get Todd to 60K subscribers. Fuck it, why not? We'll give that one too. Hopefully he's there by the time this episode comes out, but we'll get to him that milestone as well while we're there. Nonetheless, without further ado, gentlemen, I have been Captain Papi, Knight, Flame, and Todd. Thank you all for listening to another episode. We'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.
Later.